1, 2, 3.
I'm Hero.
1, 2,
one of the
3.
game
1,
masters
2,
here
3.
at the Favored Few.
5, 4,
Our
2.
fictional game worlds can include real-world issues, and there may be
Going
adult
live?
subjects and themes in our sessions. While our goal is never to promote or extol them, issues such
Going
as drug
live?
and alcohol use, sexism, racism,
1,
and
2,
addiction
Forcer!
can all exist within our game worlds, along with mature topics such as explicit language, sex, and violence. Nothing said during any of our sessions should ever be taken as who we are as people, nor our political or social ideologies. We ask you to remember that we are simply friends sitting around a table, engaging our imaginary role-playing characters of our fictional worlds
did like
in a
the
game
Nintendo
of
one.
grown-up make-believe. Viewer discretion
Yeah,
is
I like that one
advised.
better than my
We
first
thank
one.
you for your
Try to ask
understanding.
how many times you did
If you
it.
choose
When
to
I
continue,
recorded
I
that
really
one,
hope you enjoy
it
the
was
show.
like 34 tries.
All right. We are live. Welcome to the brand new campaign. As you can see, scrolling across, or at the bottom of the screen, this campaign is called Terminal Zero. It is a cyberpunk campaign that will be utilizing Gunmetal Games Interface Zero setting with my own twists and turns to it. Many thanks to the guys who created the Gunmetal Games Interface Zero setting. It's awesome. I'm really looking forward to running it. I got lots of players around here around the table. This is session 1. We have had a session 0 already. So let me go to the players and let them introduce themselves. Name who you are if you care to tell us, and your character's name, and if you want to give us any backstory or any information about them at all.
Nobody's gonna volunteer, so you gotta pick somebody.
All right, so
My
we're going
name
to go.
is
We're going to go with
Benjamin
Ben.
Savarese. I am going to be playing Leo Sunstar, and I only did this just to say Matt's wrong. One of us will actually do the jump in front of the grenade. See, Matt, you jumped wrong.
You're right. I fucked it up.
Yeah.
What's
right.
this about jumping in front of a
He
grenade?
just did it wrong. That's all. So my character is going to be a emergency trauma or emergency
Executive
response
Team.
member.
Right. Which is the same as Trauma Team or Dockwagon, for those of you who are familiar with the the Shadowrun or Cyberpunk worlds.
And I leaned heavily into a major hindrance where my character actually has a 40-hour job on top of my actual real life 60-hour job. So
That's like
between
100
this,
hours a week.
that's what I'm saying. I need to go back to hourly so I can get that extra 60 hours of overtime right there. Do you think corporate allow that?
I doubt.
No, probably not.
Okay, next to Ben's left.
I guess I'll go.
Yes.
All right. So,
Okay.
I'm Travis. So, my cursed person is Kaon Wolfgang. He is a gearhead who happens to work for a mechanic shop, high end. He is a human 2.0, so he's just a little bit better than everybody else.
I seriously, like, you're only here because the 1.0 frame me exists. So get good, scrub.
Get ghost crap.
You have.
I'm OG.
You literally put cheat codes. You put cheat codes into your DNA to be as good as me. Okay.
It's okay, I got him built in.
It's not your turn. You don't have the talking stick. Go ahead.
If you're gonna talk to
Yeah,
her,
you don't have the talking stick.
I have my own talking stick. It's in my pants.
Yes. Go.
Alright, so anyways, he's human 2.0. He's a little bit better than everybody.
Not by much.
Mild-mannered, big mouth. You know, can't really swim. It's gonna be a good time. So,
Yes.
alright.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm just open with that.
Ow.
I'm Matt, Internet, and I play Neshoba Clearwater, Native American, Navajo Indian tracker. But, I don't have to say goodbye to my son.
Hello. First of all, left my mom for a box in your truck, so can I go get it? Is the truck unlocked?
No, that's it.
Back window.
Later,
See ya.
Have fun,
See ya.
bud.
I play Neshoba Clearwater, Native American from the Navajo region in Utah, or southern Utah. He is sent to the big city on a vision quest for his people, and doesn't have actually any idea what he's doing here, but he'll get there soon enough. He's very mild-mannered, very no-nonsense, There are certain pet peeves that he has that I know Kevin will reach way down in his bag of tricks to use.
Why would you say that? Why would you?
And I foresee him becoming group dad very quickly.
Group
Oh
dad.
my God.
Okay. Next.
My name is Kevin. I am playing Seiko Bushijimi. She is a 16-year-old Japanese teenager who thinks she is possessed by a demon. So she is kind of all over the place, but she should be a blast to play. She is very much going to be kind of a combat sword and board heavy. Think Elven Blade Singer from your D&D realm. So she has magical powers that she thinks has been given to her because she is possessed by a demon, even though she doesn't know really what is going on with her. That is what she believes. So she should be very fun to play, and me playing a 16-year-old teenager should be interesting as well. So I'm looking forward to this challenge very much.
I have a joke there, but your brothers might watch this later, so I don't want Sandy to angry about that one. So I'm gonna stop.
Go ahead.
All right. So the joke is.
Okay. You finished?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
That would be
Yep.
James.
My name is James. I will be playing a character called Arlo. Arlo is a garbage character. He's usefulness will be challenged the entire time. Primarily, he plays World of Warcraft in his head, but he believes it's real. And you know, he doesn't talk about his past. He doesn't like last names. The last names remind him of a life and that he soon forget. He does have a overwhelming passion in the real world that he cannot complete in the virtual world. But if there's nothing going on that leads me down that path, then see Scrubs. It's time to go back to World of Warcraft because VR is where it's at. This shitty world that we all live in is, shitty. Don't want to be a part of it. So I recently took out a huge loan because I have to make some contacts, make some friends, and we'll see what happens, through the course of it. But really, I just don't want to be here, and I'm going to go back to playing World of Warcraft.
I'll use this right here.
It's a whole lot of I don't
Wow,
want to be here.
so World of Warcraft is still going in 2077 or whatever. Damn
Oh my
You know,
God! Do you
so-
not
yeah.
think it would be? Come on, man.
That would be expansion
They're,
like 7,000.
World of Warcraft Classic. It's been rebooted about 23 times at this point.
So is it
You
Mist of
know,
Pandaria, or what are we playing?
No, of course. Well, it's fantasy, so it's gonna be opening night of Wrath of the Lich King.
There we go.
There you go.
There
It's
we
out-
go.
Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do that one, right? So
That's exactly right.
basically what we do is they go to the next expansion, and then we just say that's enough. Let's go back, and we just redo Wrath of the Lich King.
Awesome, dude.
We good?
Awesome.
At that point, Blizzard will just own everything, really. That and Taco Bell.
So
Remember,
Blizzard,
they
if you're
won the corporate
listening,
war.
sponsor us because we already put you in our stuff.
All right.
World of Warcraft is canon in the future.
So
I can't Blizzard is Skylark.
there are your players for this campaign.
That'd be a bad campaign for heroes.
We're going to have fun with it. We are going to see. Now, in case you are familiar with my previous game I ran that ended back in June, the Adventures of the Spellbound, that one was a tour de force of a space menagerie of just all kinds of different creatures and really just a laugh fest. Every session. This session we're going to have laughter. We're going to have a fun time. But this session this campaign is also a little bit more serious. It's more dystopian. It doesn't mean we can't have fun. We can't laugh, and we're going to be a bunch of friends sitting around a table just giving each other all kinds of grief. But at the same time, this one is not quite as open to the same kind of hilarity that the previous campaign was. So, in order to give everybody an idea, including the players sitting around the table, of what's going on in this world, I'd like to just give you a brief introduction. So, you are getting ready to enter a futuristic world where neon-lit megacities tower above the rain-soaked streaks, and technology and psionics intertwine in a dance of wonders and perils. Terminal Zero is a cyberpunk universe where cybernetically enhanced mercenaries, technomancers, trauma medics, gearheads, trackers, and hackers struggle to survive and thrive in the sprawling metropolis. In this Savage Worlds campaign, based upon the Interface Zero setting, our players will step into the shoes of daring individuals whose destinies are intertwined in a web of intrigue, power struggles, and corporate machinations. Once mighty nation-states have fragmented and are now challenged by colossal corporate empires that hold dominion over the masses. Corruption lurks in every shadow, and life is cheap for those who cannot adapt to the ruthless pace of this urban jungle. As a group of unlikely allies, they will face a myriad of challenges, from high-stakes heists in corporate skyscrapers to uncovering dark secrets buried deep within the digital realm. Technology has blurred the lines between reality and virtuality, leaving the question, where does the human end and the machine begin? As they navigate the neon-lit streets and towering megacorporations, their choices will shape the fate of not only their characters, but the entire cyberpunk world. Will they embrace the power offered by cybernetic enhancements and rise to prominence in this dog-eat-dog society? Or will they reject the chains of oppression and become the catalysts of a revolution? In this campaign, the line between hero and villain is blurred, and survival requires equal parts wit, skill, and audacity. Tonight, they gather their resources, prepare their cyberdecks, and venture forth into the dystopian future where the edge of a blade or the click of a keyboard can determine life or death. Their journey awaits amidst the flickering neon lights and shadows of this cyberpunk universe. So, the Wright brothers successfully launched the very first heavier-than-air powered airplane on December 17th, 1903, with Orville Wright at the controls for the very first flight. Less than 66 years later, Neil Armstrong landed on the moon on July 20th, 1969. Orville Wright died when Neil Armstrong was 18. They could have met. Armstrong carried pieces of the wing fabric of the Wright Flyer with him on the moon. Just 66 years divide these two seminal events. What can happen in the next 66 years? Could Orville and Wilbur have imagined Neil Armstrong's footstep on the moon? What can we imagine? 66 years from now will be the year 2089. The world of Terminal Zero imagines that world. Come with us. So, terminal, an adjective which means approaching or close to death, being in the final stages of a fatal disease, or extremely or hopelessly severe. As a noun, it's either the end of a transportation hub, such as a bus line or train line, having the facilities for handling of freight and passengers, or a combination of a keyboard and output device, such as a video display unit by which data can be entered into or output from a computer or electronic communication system. Zero, a noun, the point of departure in reckoning, either beginning or ending, or an insignificant person or thing, or the setting or adjustment of the sights of a firearm that causes it to shoot to point of aim at a desired range. The world of Terminal Zero in the year 2089 is both recognizable and unfamiliar. The death of the world you know today and the beginning of a new world. Cities that you can see on a map, travel to, and might even live in still exist, but the political entities with which they resided that seemed indestructible have been dismantled. Oceans and land masses are familiar, but climate change has wreaked havoc on coastlines and biomes. The melting of the ice caps changed the pressures on continental plates, and earthquakes and volcanoes have further morphed the land and seas. Technology continues to impact society in 2089, and this is where we will begin. So, go back to the players. All right, welcome to the world of 2089. You are all inhabitants of a habitation tower in the city of Chicago in the year 2089. Chicago is one of two free cities in what used to be the United States. The United States fell apart in a civil war in approximately in the 2040s. A NATO negotiated peace ended that war in the 2060s. Chicago, due to its location and a lot of history that we're going to find as we go through this, is a free city that is not part of any of the political entities. As part of this world, you have what is called the Restored United States, which incorporates much of what we would to know as the Midwest.
That's good.
The northern plains all the way down to the Texas-Oklahoma border. The Republic of Texas is an independent state. The Confederated American States, revival of the old Confederacy, do also exist. And then you have what is called Atlantica, which is primarily the New England down to roughly the border with Virginia along the Potomac River. Because of the Treaty of Tokyo in 2052, the city of Chicago is a free city that belongs to none of these political entities. Chicago is surrounded by a wall that is 100 stories tall, made from artificial labor, replicant and bioroid labor and using nano-generated materials. So it has several. The Great Wall of Chicago. It has several entry points that are located along the major interstate highway access points. You can find them on a map. And of course, the shores of Lake Michigan to the east. Chicago has a population of 30 million people. All packed. Well, it's modern. Its borders in the 2089 encompass almost 3,000 square miles. So it is a huge city. Large parts of it are devoted to agricorp food production. So it has a general population density of about 70,000 people per square mile. You all live in a Hab Tower, one of dozens in the city that house low-income population.
70,000 per square mile?
Yes.
That's insane.
This tower alone has 82,000 people living in it.
Yeah.
That'd be like the population of our county in 1 mile.
Yes.
That's insane.
It
You
is.
seen Judge Dredd?
I saw the old one. I haven't seen the new one.
Right.
Either one has.
You do
The
yourself a
towers.
favor and watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a lot of inspiration in
wasn't sure
my
about
campaign from the Judge Dredd movie, the Carl Urban, not the Sylvester Stallone.
That's still a great movie.
You can say so. So yes, you live in what would basically be peach trees.
Peach trees?
Peachtree, the habitation tower in the Carl Urban version of Judge Dredd. You are all lower income. This is somewhat of a subsidized housing community because of the huge population density. Housing costs are very expensive, but in order to have any living accommodations at all, there is some government assistance which has cut down your rent to a certain level. This campaign will have a living expense, a little bit of a real world.
Even in our tabletop RPG.
Even in your tabletop RPGs, you're gonna have to pay bills.
True. Can
I
I
hear
just get
anything,
some
Matt?
charity?
Right
I don't
now,
want to hear anything.
your living expenses incorporate. You basically have to earn about 1,500 cryptos a month. The standard currency in the world is cryptocurrency. So we're going to call them cryptos or credits, either one. If you slip and say credits, it's not going to, nobody's going to beat on you.
Well, I don't know. Last campaign it was credits, so.
Right. So
wouldn't-
if you
There's
say
like seven
credits,
different kinds
it's
of
okay.
Currency. And
Cryptos is the
Highest
official
K.
designation. It's all digital currency.
Give me
So
them digits.
you're going to have to pay about 1,500 creds a month, which means you need.
is that a lot?
Like yen? So like $3.5? It's
No.
in yen, right?
Yeah, help me wrap my head around that. Like, what is a single crypto? What is that worth in dollars?
If you think roughly equivalent to $1,
So, like, how much is a hot dog? Is that
probably
like
about 5 to 10 cryptos.
Man, they better come with every damn
that's an
topping they want on
expensive
it.
fucking hot
Now,
dog.
what about this
These days,
MG laced,
probably not
hyper delicious,
made of hot dogs?
addictive taco stands?
Oh, so your food is basically nano created on 3D printers.
It's paste.
It's protein and carb paste that is infused with all sorts of chemical flavorings to give it a palatable flavor. It actually tastes really good.
Oh, so
Just-
they took the chicken breast and just took the chicken away.
yes. So think
But left all the salt.
there's
Yeah.
a reason why people like fast food. It tastes good to a lot of people, but it's not really good for you.
I'm
And-
gonna live off of just Taco John's. It's
So
fine.
yeah, a large part of your food diet is basically reconstituted
Keon,
3D
Burger
printed protein
Queen.
streams.
Yes.
Burger Queen.
That's included in your $1,500 a month. That's just a rough expense of rent, which is basically going to get you. Actually, no. Okay, yeah. Never
you're
mind. I was going to
telling
say the stream can see us. I was.
You're telling me in the far-flung future, in income-based housing, it's $1,500
Yes.
to live.
In 15
With a
income-based
$10
housing.
hot dog. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like 100 hot dogs.
We are well below the poverty line, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably 98% of the population in Chicago is poor.
Well,
Wow, that's rounding up,
The
isn't it?
middle class has all but disappeared.
it's time to get the hustle on.
Yeah,
And-
I'm gonna have to get up loans from mommy and daddy.
Right. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and go to the characters. So, Leo.
Boy,
Leo is employed
I have a job. I'm making 30
roughly
of these.
40 hours a week
he's a blue
as an executive
dog.
response trauma team medic.
Not
He's
a good
brand
wife.
new on the job, just now entering into his first contract with the corporation. Leo, you live in what is called the Hoffman Estates Hive Tower. Okay, so let me pull that up for everyone, just so that you can see it.
I feel like we're gonna write stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably bring out some kind of notepad.
So this is going to be
They're all there. Yeah.
everybody's basically neighborhood.
Right there.
I don't know. I probably have to zoom in a little bit. So let me just take you on a tour of your floor.
Woo! I got a tour of my floor. Oh my god,
right.
it's so dirty.
So the poor housing, which
Bro, somebody needs a vacuum.
this
We don't have
particular
vacuum
map-
bus down here in the poorhouse.
The poor housing is basically consists of a single room apartment.
Studio loft. I like
It's a
it.
studio. Now, I don't know if you can see in the upper corner up here. I don't know. Yeah, you can't really see it. I'll have to ping the map.
Which
So, if you see in this
Okay.
corner,
Yeah.
this is if you can't afford to pay your rent. You can crash in the homeless pad.
That's the common room.
That's the common room. That's basically a group of sleeping bags and
it's like a
old
hostel?
mattress pads. Yeah. If you
Oh, wow,
if
there's a
your
lot of them
income
there.
or your income ever falls below what that $1,500 a month, you can crash here for a couple of weeks. If you can't afford even that after about a couple of weeks, I mean, they give you a little bit of a grace period. It's on the streets. Okay. So
I hate it.
if we look at this region,
A little bit fancier.
those are single room apartments. That's what you can afford for $1,500 a month.
It's a closet with a bed.
Wow.
Basically.
yeah, I was gonna say.
So
what
you
is
have-
a
common
sink?
toilet.
Yes,
and
common bath
showers
at
over
the
there?
end of the hall.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm in the Navy.
So that northernmost hall and then the hall right below it. You can see there
I
are
was not.
two separate
No,
hallways
there
here.
much.
You can tell in the southern one, and let me see if I can ping that location exactly. That's the kitchen. That's the common kitchen. So you actually, if you live in the northern hallway, you got to come around.
So do we all live in here, or is this just Ben?
No, this is where I'm going to start all of you at this level.
Oh, so we all live here in this building.
Yes,
Okay,
you live on this floor. This is the 82nd floor.
gotcha.
Okay, now if
That's
you
where
would
I
like
cook
to
tacos.
move up a little bit,
I was going to ask, who's the one usually cooking everything?
well, there's in that kitchen area there is a 3D printer, and just like the Romans learned a long time ago that bread and circuses kept the plebes from rioting and rebelling, as part of your standard rent, you get 2,000 calories a day from the 3D printer for quote unquote free. So you can go in there and get your nutritional needs met. Whether you're actually getting your psychological needs of actual food and healthy to eat food, that's a different story. But that's 2,000 calories a day from the 3D printer. Now, it's got about 40 different patterns in it that you can make anything from tacos and hot dogs to spaghetti and, you know, most other basic dishes. You could actually, it actually comes out tasting and looking like what you would think it would, but you really don't know what's in it.
It's toothpaste that tastes like chicken.
It's, yeah, but it's been formed and shaped. It's been 3D printed.
Chicken nugget.
Yeah, into,
Do I have dinosaur chicken nugget shapes?
you can have dinosaur
What
chicken
happened to the
nuggets.
future
Hell
with like
yeah.
pills where you just like poured some water on?
No,
them and
this is what you get after you pour the water on the pills.
So we got the dehydrated pizza from Pizza Hut. I'm sorry,
Pizza is one of the patterns that's loaded
Pizza
into
Hat.
this 3D printer.
Pizza Hat.
Yeah, Pizza Hut.
Throw that in the microwave, rehydrates it, and that's poof.
Yeah. If you would like to move up a little bit in the world,
I found my place.
I'm trying to find a 2
that's
to
all you
3
need.
bedroom flat.
That's it. I'll play so
I was
much
gonna
more.
say, I paid for the decent apartment.
Yeah, well,
So,
your mommy
here-
took your credit card away.
This is a 2 bedroom. Okay, so you've got a kitchen area, 2 bedrooms, and a kind of, you know, lounge area, I guess. Okay. Actually, that's got 3 bedrooms. Yeah, that's a 3
How much
bedroom.
extra does that cost?
That's going to be about $4,000 a month.
4.
Here's a 2-bedroom here.
Yeah. So 2 to 3 bedrooms are about 4,000 cryptos a month.
A decent apartment.
That's yeah.
It's the 1-bedroom
That is
closet.
that is the level called getting by.
Damn.
Now-
bro.
It's 2 bedrooms. That's maybe that's bedroom.
Bedroom,
that's
bedroom,
living room.
bedroom.
That's living. That's couch.
Office.
That's an office right there. Office bedroom. There's a bed in that block one right there.
Better here.
It's not a bed.
That is a bed.
It kind of looks like a bed.
Bed.
Just it's
a
a
rug.
bed with a lot of pillows.
It's like it's lounge. It's living.
No way, because the rug is underneath it. So you got a bed and table and a rug.
That's a lot.
And then
I'm
that's
talking about right here.
No, no.
No, this one over here.
Oh, this one.
That's a woman's room right there because there's a lot of pillows.
Yeah, that's a lot of pillows.
Jesus Christ.
Live.
I like a lot of pillows, Ben.
Okay.
I stick by what I say because I'm married to
Now-
a woman. All right, I know this answer.
There are game mechanics involved in this. If you live at the getting by level, there are no impacts. It's just as if, you know, nothing else is different. If you live at the 1,500 credit a month level, all of your natural healing rolls are at -2. No,
I'm on my second wife. I
that's the poor. That's the barely making it.
What's getting by?
The 4,000 a month.
Closet's getting by.
Yeah, the closet is getting by. No, so as I
It's the one. It's the studio apartments is just getting by.
All right, so the one room
That's where I'm at. I
is
just needed a power plug for my
1,500, and that's getting
That's
by,
it.
right?
That's all I care about.
No, it's barely making it.
Barely.
That
Okay.
means all your rolls are -2 to recover shit, right?
yes.
Oh, damn.
I'm living my best life over there, guys. Okay, stop shitting on it.
Well, we
Might
might.
on my house.
We might just
Okay.
take 4,000 credits.
So let me, since this is an issue, and I want this to be a driving factor, at least in the early campaign. Barely enough is the level where y'all are right now.
You and me should go in.
This is a tiny apartment or coffin room, poor or secondhand clothes, access to a sonic shower every now and then. You can only get the cheapest street grub, but not every day.
A sonic shower?
Yeah.
A sound shower?
So how much is
Basically,
barely
it's-
enough.
Barely
Like an
enough
ultrasonic
is
cleaner.
1,500 a
Liquid
month.
that vibrates that built up.
Per player.
Yes.
What about the stank?
Sorry, one more time. I apologize.
Barely enough is 1,500 a month.
Doesn't matter.
Gotcha. And that's
All
the
of your
minus
net,
2 to recover.
that is all natural healing rolls are made at -2. If you spend more than 1 month at barely enough, you get the ugly hindrance because you're not clean and you're not well rested, and until your lifestyle can be improved. Okay, so
So with the decent apartment,
right, the getting by.
we're gonna get the ugly fucking trait?
No, the barely
No,
making
the
it.
barely making it.
Oh,
the
okay.
you got a bed and a
Warcraft
closet. Yes.
I'm fine with this.
So getting by.
Is there supposed to be a negative?
Is there supposed
Yeah,
to be?
you
A,
pick
yeah,
up
that's
ugly.
-2 to all your natural healing rolls if you're at that
Yeah,
level.
but in VR, I'm beautiful.
Well, yeah, in VR you're beautiful. You don't care.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just ugly in real life.
So there's no impact
It's
on.
not that I'm ugly. It's that I
almost like
smell
actually playing
really
World War II.
bad.
Yeah. Right? It's like that South Park
so
episode.
getting by is It's a medium-sized studio or 1 to 2 bedroom apartment. Decent clothing, maybe one nice outfit, built-in shower, mostly fast food, but enough to stock a fridge and cook a decent meal now and then. No impact on any of your rolls.
How much is this?
This is $4,000 a month.
Jeez.
If you want to go a little better, you're doing well. That is the next level. Okay, this is a large size studio
We can't
apartment
even afford this, so we're definitely not going to be.
or a small house somewhere in the burbs. The clothes are new and stylish with a couple designer labels in the closet. Food is good, and there's enough to go out to a classy restaurant from time to time. Your natural healing rolls are made at +2. If you are
that's probably
living
10
at
grand.
the doing well level, and that costs $6,000 a month.
6,000. That's not a significant jump.
That's really not that much of a jump.
2,000 per level.
Wait.
right?
I'm sorry. We just wait. We're like, oh, it's only 2K. We're thinking fake life here, okay?
Well,
Real
really,
life,
we're getting paid
2K is a lot of money a month right there.
Yeah. So, if you want to do even better, living in splendor.
You know that about that.
You have a nice brownstone or a large house with some land. You're wearing mostly designer stuff with a couple of one-off pieces that set your wardrobe apart. You know the first names of several chefs around town. Natural healing rolls are made at +4. Living at this lifestyle for more than a month gives you the attractive edge until you drop below that.
What if you're already
that
attractive?
is $12,000 a month.
Damn.
If you want to go higher than that, I'll just leave that dangling in front of you. There are higher lifestyles.
I need an
So,
allowance.
to begin, you have a month paid up. It is January 5th of 2089.
It's cold outside.
January
too.
Is rent due on the 5th?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's still on the 5th of each month. So we're going to say for whatever reason you want to come up with, you have a month's rent paid. You just paid rent. Somebody paid it for you. Whatever we want to argue, you have 1 month to make enough money to make your payments due for next month. And I know that a lot of people probably wouldn't like this, but we're going to give it a try.
So my question is, how much are kidneys and
How much can I say? Well, considering
worth.
that you have genetic engineering now where wealthy people who could afford it are growing their own kidneys.
Oh yeah, no. But do they want the cheap knockoff 2.0 stuff, or do they want the original tried and true version?
I am 2.0.
What I'm saying
up,
is
Hippie.
that they can
My
afford to
kidneys
have
are
their
better than
own.
yours.
They're cloning their own organs. If you can't afford to have your own organs cloned, there are, shall we say, less than legal ways of gaining access to organs.
Can't believe there's not prosthetics.
Oh, you can also have, there's all kinds of gene tech. There's biotech. It's all very expensive if you know.
I'm gonna
can
repo
afford
man
it.
this, and I'm gonna
So
start
when do
cutting
we
people
decide
open.
what level we're at, or do you decide that for us?
You decide how you want to spend it at the beginning of the month. If you've got enough money, you
So
can.
right now we're just getting back.
Right now, you're just getting by. That is what you have paid for a month.
I have enough
So
for
we
half
have
a rent
we
next
have a
month.
basic ass apartment.
You have
You
one
have
of the
you have one of these rooms.
right. You have one of those single room.
We have
with
a
the shared
closet.
kitchen and
With a
shared.
shared
And then we
kitchen.
have like the money
Facilities.
from our.
And if you have any extra money, that's your savings. If you did not spend all of your cryptos in
Best
character
friends for
creation.
apartments?
So yes, you all live here.
Do I feel
As long as they don't eat my tacos,
Oh, it will.
you can make its own tacos.
Now, just to give you a little bit of a tour of the whole
Put
floor,
my beef in its taco.
I'm trying to make this as least jarring as possible.
So
by
what's this middle
expanding.
thing? This like black
So,
and white death.
This
cloud.
is the atrium. It's the light well in a building like this. They discovered a long time ago that you needed some sort of internal shaft to bring air down into the inner ring of apartments. Otherwise, people would eventually suffocate like they're in the bottom of a bad
All of
mine.
this is around a balcony, and there's a big open space.
Right, there's a big open space all the way down to the atrium, 82 floors below you. There's also another 20 plus floors above you.
How regular is it for somebody to take the plunge?
Probably on average about once or every week or two.
I figured.
Yep.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna
with
say
the
probably
with
once a
the
week.
with the wide and cheap availability of VR, most of the people who would consider doing that can lose themselves in virtual worlds, and they don't so much jump as the disposal teams show up to remove their bodies, because they basically lay in their VR stupor until they die, because they haven't jacked out in weeks and they die of dehydration.
Looking at that guy over there.
Yeah. So,
I have a mission.
but yeah, no, it happens.
I make
Level
myself
80.
log out.
Level 80.
So yes, that central clouds of death thing
I
is
did
the
that,
is the
you
light
know.
well.
I just
So
making new characters.
down here along the southern part of the map, if I'm orienting the south towards Ben and Travis, these are the elevators. There are
Why
four.
is the elevator bigger than the apartment?
Right, they're
A lot of
massive.
people.
Right.
Right, it brings up freight, it brings up goods, it brings up equipment.
80,000 people live in this building.
Yeah. Now to the east and west
Just shack up in the
are
elevator.
stairwells. If you want to, do the climb,
That's the cardio.
that's some cardio.
You said we live on floor 80?
82.
82. Man, that's a long way.
That's a long way.
How many floors are there?
136.
Dude, those elevators never stop here. Mathematically,
How often do those elevators break?
Quite often.
like you remember Nova, right? Those elevators down there,
Yeah.
dude. These we would never use these. You could never get one to stop here, unless it was like set on a preset time. Like, hey, it stops here at
But-
8 o'clock in the morning, like a bus. You ain't getting on this thing.
There are lots of people who don't ever have to leave this floor. There's daycare facilities on this floor. A lot of people can telework.
I mean, this is a city in itself.
Yeah, the floor itself, the building is a city in itself. There's entertainment. There's a small. Actually, there are two small bars in this place.
Like I said, it looks
On
like
this
you're playing
floor,
disco
yeah.
over here.
There's like a pool hall. There's restaurants. I mean, you could never have to leave the floor if you really didn't want to.
I don't.
So.
You probably haven't changed underwear in 3 years.
Ever since I left.
All right.
He didn't have some
Anyway.
sergeant yelling at him, so he's like, "Nah, I ain't changing my underwear."
Who's saying I'm even wearing underwear, my man?
Don't have to change it if you don't have any.
Oh well, the viewers didn't get to see the floor. I forgot to switch it over to the play screen. So
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is what they were looking at.
Scrub.
Oh, I know.
Two
I know.
people out in their group didn't see him.
Well, it is session 1, so
The last 15
15
minutes of describing the floor, they saw nothing.
They're like, well, it sounds awesome.
Leo, as a brand new first contract
Blue plate.
medic, blue plater for executive response, you make $1,500 a month.
Oh God.
Okay.
Well, as you have a job, you can, as long as you'll never not have a roof over your head. As long as you,
Yeah, but I'm just gonna get as ugly as your character.
I bet it's beautiful.
Like I said.
Everybody has side hustles.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
So let's do the math here. So let's say there's an average 4 weeks a month, because we all know there's 5 on average, which is weird. That's a whole different conversation.
You're
So
making
that's
about
160. So I'm making
You're about
less than.
$450 a week
Ouch.
as a brand new, just out of basic medical training med tech for executive response.
It's like $12 an hour.
Yeah. It's 937.
All right,
930,
K-On.
Maybe he has to buy his
38.
own equipment.
Yeah.
Kaon,
Yeah.
did you, and I was busy doing other things, did you let the stream know, or did you tell people what your background was in terms of your relationship with your parents, or
No, I did not
no?
tell them.
And then you don't have to if you don't want to. I was just going to say that last night, your boss of the shop where you work
Yeah.
came in and said somebody bought the shop.
Somebody bought the shop.
Somebody bought the shop. They offered me cryptos right up front. I sold the whole operation.
So do I have a job or not?
He says they're shutting it down.
What the?
You're practicing to be
This
homeless,
guy-
Session
bro.
1, laid off.
This guy.
You can always come home.
He kills my character at the last one.
I did
Fucking
not
makes
kill your
me
character.
jobless at
That was
this
Kevin.
one.
Don't even fuss at me. That was Kevin. I gave you a chance.
Multiple opportunities to save your life.
Right.
Like I say.
It's fine. Well, I'm the best mechanic around, so I'm sure I
Right.
can find work somewhere. So even if I hustle, I got
So you have an
connections.
incoming message as you arrive back at your, little room, wondering, okay, well, actually, you're like, well, I'm pretty and I'm skilled and I know what I'm doing, so I can
Exactly.
get a job.
I'm the best of the best
There's a
in my
message from what would probably otherwise be a block number, but you recognize the address. It's coming from your parents.
The plot thickens.
Hey, Dad.
I don't know if I should answer it.
It's a video message.
If he's the one
okay.
that bought it.
Click.
Right. Well, you don't even have to click. Yours is embedded in your brain. You just, think it and it'll fix it.
Okay, well, how do you do that?
So, yeah, it's your mom and dad sitting in their penthouse, apartment.
Does Dad look absolutely frustrated and disgusted with me still?
No, he looks perfectly calm and collected. He has got the boardroom expression.
Pinky's out, baby.
Okay. And of course, you can see behind them the absolute opulence that they're living in
Yeah.
compared to your,
Squalor.
need vacuuming, single room coffin right here.
I need Roomba, Dad.
Now, it's not an interactive, it is a recorded message.
yeah.
And your mother has a big smile for you, but you can tell it's plastered on. I mean, you've seen the look.
Oh, yeah.
She is the good corporate, PR person kind of thing.
She's fake. So fake.
Fake AF.
So fake.
And she gives you the hi, honey. We're so glad to hear that you're doing well. Our sources tell you you've been working really hard. But I also found out that your shop got shut down today. And we're so sorry to hear that. We'd just like you to know that we will welcome you back.
Did they fucking buy the shop? Did my parents buy the shop and take my job? I bet they did, motherfuckers.
Called it.
And then your dad, yes, son, I will take back my previous words in our last conversation. We will accept you back under the condition that you fulfill your contractual obligations as we outlined earlier in our relationship. You will come work for Biotech Solutions and you will enter the corporate fast track. And again, this is a recorded message.
Means you gotta get a haircut and shave.
Oh, dude, that's not gonna happen.
Biotech Solutions.
I'm gonna just like erase that message.
Okay.
And it's fucking pricks. They never understood me. And they probably bought my job out. I don't give a shit. Doing what I do. Fuck them. I'll figure it out.
All right, Neshoba,
Yes.
you posted a story
I did.
a week or so ago that was very interesting. So you are approached by a woman that you know. You've had a passing acquaintance with her. You've seen her before. Her name is Sister Karma.
Sister Karma.
Sister Karma.
She wants you to turn into a Catholic. Give up your heathen religion.
She can keep on keeping on.
Where is I had
know how
the
them
image
Christians
pulled
are.
up.
What's her
Where
name
is
again?
Sister
Sister
Karma?
Sister what?
Karma is what he said.
Karma.
Yeah.
Find the one that fits.
All right.
I hear she goes around.
Oh,
Talk about the Catholics.
there's a lot of jokes there.
Well, it won't let me do it. Yes, this is
Freaks
Sister
and
Karma.
cheats, not on birth control.
Okay.
She's very attractive.
You know her as an agent, otherwise known as a fixer. And there's a slip of paper stuck in the door
This is a normal arrangement.
for you.
Yeah.
Right. So for the stream that's watching, this world basically, well, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. Cell phones are embedded in everyone's head. They're called TAPs, Tendril Access Processors. And it's basically your ability to access Wi-Fi and the internet without having any kind of encumbrance of a physical device. It is embedded in the base of the skull, right above the top of the spine, where organic nanofibers interweave with the brain's neural structure, and you can basically have a cell phone in your head. Neshoba doesn't have one. In Savage Worlds terms, he has taken a hindrance called unplugged. So imagine in today's world where you don't have a cell phone, you don't have a computer, you don't have internet access, it becomes cumbersome to get along in the world today without any of these things.
you
Ask one of the
even watch
kids who's
TV?
trying to get a job.
No.
You don't even watch TV.
No.
What about
So anyway.
radio?
Since you can't
enjoy-
receive
What the shit?
messages on your personal,
I assume I have a phone-like device.
you could probably have some sort of phone-like device, communicator device. But it is a slip of paper that says, I'd like to meet you to discuss a possible job opportunity. And she gives you, the location of the arcade, which is in the southern part of the map down here. Basically down here,
Okay.
in a couple of hours.
Okay.
So, all right. Seiko. Is it
Seiko.
Seiko? Seiko. I got to remember that. It's Kaon and Seiko, not Keon and
Technically, it's
Seiko.
pronounced Psycho.
Psycho. Okay, so Psycho then. All right.
Accurate.
Very much so.
So I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, because you are staying with your granny,
Yes.
that y'all do have
Greasy granny.
a slightly larger, as in not a coffin, hole.
Right.
But it's still a one bedroom. So
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
yeah, but it's one of these smaller one bedroom jobbers here, and your grandmother is wondering if you are going to enroll in the school that your father paid for.
Hasn't been in her plans. Because I figure when somebody's going to have to put bread on the table, and Granny ain't working,
No, Granny's not working.
so she's going to have to be working.
Granny's going to have to work. Okay, yeah.
Seiko's gonna have to work.
Sorry, Granny.
Dad said I have to go to school, so you gotta go work the street.
Okay,
There's a market for everything.
There's a market for
but
everything.
You're not wrong.
we haven't really discussed your granny's mental facilities. How do you envision her? Is she sharp as a tack
I'm
and
thinking
still?
she's pretty sharp.
Okay,
but she's
I didn't
like she's an old Japanese lady, so she's not very easy to
It's
get
like
along
a
with.
female Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Well, and also probably she's, depending on how old she is. I mean, she could have been born in the 20-teens.
Oh yeah, I'm figuring she's 60 or something.
Okay, well
I
then
was
she was
gonna
born
say-
in the 2020s.
Yeah.
She could be in her 60s, easy.
Yeah.
Probably even mid 50s.
Which means she's seen some stuff, but it's also entirely possible that although she knows how cell phones work and everything like that, she's not tapped.
I would say she's probably not.
Right.
Is she a cougar?
A grandmother?
Yeah.
Curve that shit.
Hey, you're
Yes,
not playing
sir.
Yuri.
Dang, man.
You're not playing Yuri.
Well, how old is your
said
character?
curve
We can figure this out, I've seen some hot 50-year-old women.
But yeah, she was
Gross.
like, well, your father paid for tuition at the, local high school collective here in this building. It's virtual. There's no physical classrooms to go to, but he and
Oh,
she.
so I don't actually have to physically go to a school.
No, but you're expected to spend time on your lessons, like you were in Zoom
Oh,
class.
that is fine.
Okay.
I thought I had like
Kind
to
of
go
like it
to
was
school.
2 years ago where the kids had to do the stuff online. Same
Right.
thing.
So, just wondering.
If that's the case, she would do it in honor of her father, yes.
Okay.
Because that was a very big thing for her.
All right.
Because her father cursed her with a demon spirit.
Is your dad dead? Is your dad dead?
Yes.
Oh, now I feel bad for
Demon
making that
spirit
joke.
killed him.
Yeah, that checks out.
Damn.
It's that Bruce Lee movie all over again.
All right. Arlo.
Still ain't got the
You're
What
buried
time
in
of-
virtual
before
reality.
We even say anything. What time of day is it?
It's probably mid-afternoon.
Okay, hang on.
I mean, not that it really matters in this,
Oh.
building.
We said it was 2d6, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And you said it's what time again?
It's mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon.
Yeah. So, 2, 3 o'clock.
Okay, so
So you're rating?
my minimum requirement.
For today.
Let's see, because I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I would assume I would probably be at least like me, so to midnight, at least get out for 8 hours of sleep.
Really?
So 8
really?
a.m.
8 hours of sleep playing with, no, it's not realistic.
4 p.m. Are we saying it's 4 p.m.?
I was thinking more like 2 or 3.
I still need about 2 hours.
Okay, so you're
come
still-
back to me
right.
when it's 2 hours later.
So Arlo is addicted to virtual reality. He has to spend 2d6 hours a day in VR.
Well,
Or
10 a.m. all those daily quests open back up again. So that's
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look. Diablo season 262 has just started. Okay, I've got to get to level 100 before anybody else.
I think they call it Diablo.
now, for the sake of argument, we can say that in your
Diablo.
gaming, you are able to secure enough cryptos to pay for your lodgings. The problem is you need way more than that to pay off the loans to the people who will break your kneecaps if you don't pay them back. So, right.
Yeah.
How much extra? Is it a week, month, year?
Don't you?
So I
$3
have to pay them 1,000 credits a month to keep my kneecaps.
So how do you do that when you live in VR? Are you like a VR whore or something? Are you a streamer?
He's a streamer.
You know,
streamer.
look, I've got so many months.
so I don't break my knees.
your VR avatar is gorgeous.
She is.
You don't have to be pretty in VR.
You know, so the reality is I do a lot of malware removal. I'm actually tech support. That's basically that's like my side gig. As I
Oh, that
go
makes
around.
perfect sense why your
Like
character
when
doesn't
people
even care
get like
anymore.
their taps get infected, I will go and run programs and help get rid of the malware that's infecting their systems. And, you know, but for me, I like you know, all kidding aside, my VR experience, it's not actually gaming, but my you know my VR is it's my own like sub server, so I don't have to really worry about people hacking in and you know, putting in malware and things like that.
So you just blame yourself?
Basically. Yeah.
Somebody has to. Might as well be
Exactly. Might as well as be me.
Don't have to listen to other people bitch about it. Just do it myself.
exactly right.
Exactly. I know how to
can't
please
please
myself
anybody.
better than anybody. So, yes, I am addicted. So
So you're still in your virtual world.
till 4 p.m.
Okay, so question. Would you have set it up so that you could receive messages from outside your VR world? Or are you going to block
It
those?
would really depend on my relationships. Like, I think I would have work calls. Like, so when
Okay.
people are like, hey, you know, we need this malware. Like, it's like, well, that's how I'm going to pay my bills and that. So if I get those messages, I would just say, hey, I've got to go to work, and then pause program, and then go do my job. But it's literally, you know, yeah, shut up.
Okay.
Done. And then also my other program is a data mine program, because I need all their files,
Right.
so that way I can review it for malware.
Right.
You know, and if there just happens to be something there that I can use to make more credits, you know, darn.
Okay.
You know, but
So a personal message would not get through your filter.
no, it would only be if it would be a work call.
Okay.
Because
All right.
I don't have a personal life.
Gotcha.
That's
Right. I mean, a non-work related message that's also, you know, not like an ad.
correct.
Would not get through your filter.
Right, because I
Okay.
need that quality time.
Gotcha. All right. So the shift that I'm trying to figure out what shift you would work there.
I'm a new guy. I get third shift.
You get third shift.
Sucks
So
to be.
your third shift would run midnight to 8.
That's actually not horrible. Okay.
Well, you're going to get a lot more action, but there's also a lot more potential for, you know.
I was gonna say 11 to 7 sounds more like a third shift.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and trust me, I've worked
10 to 6 is
them.
what it used to be, all of other jobs. But
Right.
It's whatever you want.
Right. I mean, 11/7, midnight to 8.
You're the
Doesn't matter.
PM. You're the Lord above all.
So, if you were to get off work, come home, crash, sleep, what time would you wake up?
Oh, good God. Probably 2 o'clock at
So
the
about-
earliest.
About the game time right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a message in your queue.
Did I get fired too because of this 8.2.0 son of a? I hit play.
Okay. Again, it is from
Apartment and tacos.
a person you've seen around, Sister Karma.
Okay.
And she's like, I have need of someone with your talents. Could we meet? And then question mark.
Is this one of the ones where I click the button yes or no?
I mean, you could reply just like an email or a text message.
Follow the
Basically,
rabbit.
that's what it is. It's the digital equivalent.
Follow the white rabbit.
Yeah.
I'll hit reply. Yeah, I can do this. I just woke up. Where are you at? Where do you want to meet?
She again pings the arcade down there on the south balcony.
Gotcha. I'll ask. What time?
Shall we say 1800?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll use my one of 3, I guess, refreshers and rinse off.
Okay.
Grab something to eat and head that way.
So
You have a. What's that again?
Shower.
What's that again?
Refresher?
Right. Like we're in a logic loop. What's that again?
he doesn't know. Psycho.
It's a thing where you stand under it and it rubs your body with the sound waves and cleans the dirt off your body.
So, Psycho, there is
for your
a
junk area.
knock at the door because the auto chime is broken.
Again.
That fits. Okay. Well, she will
Okay.
open it.
Looks to be about an 8-year-old. Obviously, resident of this floor.
Do I know said 8-year-old?
Make a common knowledge check.
Question.
Yes.
I was asking you and Kevin both. Can I know her?
Can you know her?
Can I know her?
Sure. You live on the same floor. You would have noticed her.
Because it would.
She stands out.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not exactly camouflaged either.
Yes, you would know her. All of you would be able to recognize each other, except maybe Arlo, because he very rarely, if ever, comes out of his little apartment.
It's bunk.
Okay.
That's all I need. A power plug and a bunk.
Roll 5.
You rolled 5. Okay, yeah. You know the kid. He's a runner.
Okay.
He just delivers messages, takes things from the drone delivery port, and runs them out. Makes a few extra cryptos for his family. And he's got a little handwritten note on a piece of scrap paper.
Okay.
But like an old fast food bag. And it is Sister Karma, and would be wondering if your grandmother would let you talk with her.
Sure, you.
Okay. She says, meet me at the arcade at 1800. I mean, it's not a back and forth conversation.
I understand, yes.
I mean, she says, if your grandmother will allow you, meet me at the arcade at 1800.
Okay.
That's 6 p.m. for the little kids.
She'll give you some kind of, like street handshake thing and
Okay, yep, he taps back.
send him on his way.
Right. Okay. All right. So, Leo's left. What about you, Kaon? Are you, when you got home from work, that was waiting for you?
Yeah. I guess I'd be pretty hot about it. I'm definitely not gonna call my parents because
Okay.
screw them. They probably cost me my job anyways. So, let's see.
Now, there are ways to find out. You just need the services of a hacker, which you aren't.
No, I'm not a hacker.
Right.
But you are beautiful.
I'm gorgeous. I'm gorgeous.
He's bougie.
I'm so fucking
He's bougie.
Bougie.
fine.
Now,
Extra.
I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, so we can move this along, that you do know Arlo.
Okay. Then because of my level of
He's your DoorDash guy.
pissed off, right?
Well, maybe he had to do some. Arlo, what do you have an electronics or repair skill?
I do have repair and I do have electronics, but my repair and electronics is all electronics. It's not like I don't know anything about.
I was just
cars
thinking
or
because I
anything
know Kaon has repair and electronics.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
I didn't know
I'm
if
a
you
mechanic.
right.
Gearhead.
He you might have had to call him for some help, but if you already had the skill, I'm trying to figure out how y'all would know each other. Maybe you
Maybe
just
you
know
got
each
some
other.
malware.
Same boy band.
Yeah.
It's a neighbor.
Maybe you
not
have
boy
music
band.
tastes that are
rock.
you know, similar to each
You're
other.
not
Grunge,
rock.
man.
You're a boy band.
Grunge.
It's a grunge boy band.
No. No, just because I'm pretty doesn't mean my music is pretty. My music is life.
You look like you're in a boy band.
But yes, you know, Arlo over here is also a bit of a he dabbles in some less than legal access to information.
Okay. Well, if it just so happens that I am somewhat vaguely familiar with that,
Yeah.
that I guess I would go see him just out of curiosity of whether.
Well, you don't have to see him. You can send him a message.
Uh,
I mean, you could. You wouldn't go see James. You'd text him.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But he doesn't accept personal messages.
You're right.
So,
You have no idea whether he's 8 hours into a 24-hour deep dive or.
are you my weed dealer, or am I your weed dealer?
Drugs are for losers. VR is a little bit more highbrow.
What's your character's name?
Arlo.
Arlo.
All right. Well, I'll send him a virtual message.
Okay.
Hey, Arlo. Yeah, it's
How do
K-On.
you spell your character's name?
Bruh,
N-A-S-S-O.
I think my parents bought out my shot. Fucking fired me and shit. Can you hook that up? See if it's like legit. See if they did that shit. Send.
Did you send it to my personal or did you send it to my work?
Probably personal, honestly. Like,
Alrighty, I'll
I don't
get to you when
expect
it-
him to get to it.
I got priorities.
Take a Junior Rush.
I'll get to it when I get to it.
You're in the queue.
And yeah.
So you did. His is not important enough to get through your filter, huh?
Send it to my work number. Went to the. That's not even registering on the board. I
So-
have no idea.
So obviously, I know that's not going to come back anytime soon. But I have a couple. I feel like I would have a couple connections since I dabbled, and I know people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he drinks.
So
Leo.
and I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
So I guess I would reach out to some of the more well-off shops that I would know of, not the bullshit down the street, but like higher-end shops. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm about some high.
So you're going to do some networking.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. No, that's fine. We can do some networking real quick.
'Cause I'm trying to buy tacos.
All right. So this is going to be. Dang it! I need. Hold on. That's what I needed. Boom, boom. There. I need one more. Hold on. So it's going to be a networking task. Okay.
Okay.
And are you going to do this the hard way or the easy way? And the hard way is when you're using intimidation. The easy way is when you're using persuasion.
Definitely persuasion.
Okay, so
I'm
you're going to use
sexy.
persuasion.
My persuasion is way up there, and I'm an aristocrat. So
Okay, so
I
you
know
get
people.
bonuses
Yes.
when you're dealing with the same level.
+2.
Right, +2 when you're dealing with corporate.
Networking
Okay.
with upper class +2.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
All right. So, you are going to try to do the nice way. So, you're going to try to use your persuasion to socialize within your social circle for information or favors. This isn't a single exchange, but several hours of networking, hobnobbing, carousing, all this kind of stuff. Basically, do you want to try to do this in the physical world, meet world, or are you going to try to do this online? I mean, almost everybody literally, except for maybe these two, you can contact them virtually and, see in your holographic display that's tapped directly into your optic nerve.
Well, if it's my networking, I've obviously met them before.
Right.
So I'm just gonna virtual that shit up. Like
Okay.
call somebody.
I'm just wondering if you were actually going to try to leave the building and go to where their physical meet space was, or were you going to just do it virtually?
I feel like just reaching out, I would do it virtually.
Okay.
Before I left, because that's a hassle. You gotta find parking and shit. It's
Okay.
not easy to 50 billion people.
Yeah. Well, 30 minutes, yeah. All right, so this is going to be a dramatic task.
Okay.
But it's not going to be that complicated. You need to get Let's see. Let me do this.
I assume I still get my wild die in this campaign.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I needed to do the dramatic task, right? God, you can tell it's been about 8 weeks since I ran anything. I'm already too rusty to remember it. I've been too busy deep diving into Interface Zero to remember the rules. All right, so a dramatic task. You need to get 4 successes in 3 rounds.
Cool. Successes on a 4, right?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's explode. 8 and 6, that's 14, 3, 17.
17. Okay. That would be
It's like
3
right?
successes right
Yeah.
there.
Man, I'm sexy.
Okay.
And there's another 10. So
Okay.
that's 2 more.
Yeah, so you got it. All right, you got a success and actually raise. Okay.
Want me to roll
So
the next 2 or just leave
no,
it as-
you don't have to. Well, no, if you roll double ones, you might lose some, so it's possible.
All right. That's a 9 and a 6.
Okay. So you did not roll double ones. You got what you needed. What were you looking for? You're networking. You're checking out your connections, your peeps.
Yeah. Other local high-end.
You're looking for jobs.
Yeah.
Um,
That are in need of a professional.
Right. Although you successfully contact other garages and other places that provide the kind of services that you feel you are qualified, more than qualified to provide, every single one of them, regretfully, it's like, no, man, sorry, I got nothing for you.
Blacklisted, yo.
Yep, you've been blackballed.
Your parents can be nice to boot.
Well, now I'm super hot. So I'm gonna send him
Now
another message.
you got okay, but you got 2 raises.
Yeah.
So one of them, an old smoking buddy. Of course, you're not that old, so old would be like 6 months ago. One of them kind of goes, dude, man, nobody will hire you right now. You're like, your cred is nothing. Somebody has put out a smear campaign on you.
Bro, who smeared me?
I don't know, man. Somebody high up. There's a lot of cryptos behind it. I can tell you that. I'm just letting you know as a friend, man, that nobody is going to hire you right now. You are. I mean, the word is on. In the biz, that you're like drugged out and stealing from customers.
That's some bullshit, man.
Oh, I know it is, man. I mean, you ain't drugged out. You're just like the rest of us. I've seen your work. It's good work, but no, nobody. I mean, apparently some guy you did some work for is like bashing you. Your rep score is like in the gutter, man.
These people. All right. Cool, bro. Thanks.
Yeah. I might be able to like swing some side hustles for you if you got
Got anything
time
under the
later
table,
on.
man?
Do what?
Got anything under the table, bro?
I might be able to swing you something next week,
All right.
but you got to keep it on the DL, man. I can't let people know you're working for me, and the same shit's going to hit me too. I'm going to get hit with the same smear shit.
Bro, I got you. You know I'm good for my word.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's the result of your networking.
Awesome. Awesome. Fuck these people.
Well, you rejected their
Let's start
world.
all over.
Right?
Okay.
Well, I got something lined up next week. That's better than nothing, I guess. At least until I figure out who the fuck's smearing me.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna chill in my fucking apartment until I hear something.
Okay. All right. Has anybody got anything else they want to do between now and 1800 hours?
Well, I mean, if you're asking,
Yes.
yeah, I'd like to do as much VR as I can. If I could go beyond my 8 hours,
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
I don't want to sound like
Now, if you do more than 24 hours, I'm gonna give you a little level of fatigue.
Well, I mean, I keep.
I was gonna say more than 20 hours in any 24-hour period, you're gonna take a level of fatigue.
Gotcha.
But then VR is not enjoyable, so you can't have that.
That's true. That's true.
Because then you make mistakes.
Well, luckily I'm also addicted to tacos. So
Really?
yeah,
Bam!
I know.
That's why we're friends.
That's why. Yes.
I'm pretty
You
sure that's
bonded over
everybody's-
tacos.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's.
I'll go there. It's like everybody just orders the same thing. It's just nonstop fucking tacos.
Tacos.
You know, there's 40 programs. Motherfuckers only use one.
Okay, well, you're going to deep dive deeper into VR.
Tacos are.
I mean,
bro.
Yeah, no,
If
that's
you're
fine.
asking.
Yeah, no, I'm just
What
curious
we
if anybody
wanna
had
do.
anything else they wanted to do.
What we want to do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Did you guys want to? I can set you up with a VR program. Just 250 creds, and I'll take care of you.
What type of program?
What kind of program you want? Hey, if you're paying, I can program it for you.
Did you read the thing what I told you about your VR world is perfect world? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to do that or not.
Maybe.
What makes
Let me think about it.
There, y'all, any world you can imagine, like any of the Savage World settings, whether it's Deadlands or Pirates or the Caribbean, whatever, they all exist as VR worlds in Interface Zero. You can literally play.
Oh my god, our last
Deadlands.
campaign was just a VR game.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
you can play Deadland. I mean, we literally use the Deadland rules. If you want to deep dive into a Deadlands VR, we could play Deadlands for a little bit while y'all, because some of these people, they don't want to meet you anywhere but in a virtual world.
Way back in 2023, there was an author, J.R.R. Thomas,
Yeah.
and he wrote a trilogy of books called The Adventures of the Spellbound. I'd like to have a signed
Right.
copy of that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Make that a VR world. Yep. So, yeah, but there is one called Perfect World where you
actually-
pay to be in a virtual world
130
where you
pages deep.
are perfect. Everything goes the way you want it to go. You are beautiful, you are loved, you have
Oh, so I'm human 1.0.
you could be human, you whatever you want to be
Can't be better than me, bro.
in perfect world.
I'm 1.0. I'm the original.
Right. Missing your family exists in this perfect world VR. Want to be loved by runway
I
models.
never knew my father.
Right. And since these are literally like deep, immersive, full sensorium experiences, they're not just watching a computer screen. All of your brain's sensory centers are engaged. You literally can't tell the
Well,
difference.
if that's a legit thing, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some tacos and I'm gonna tune in to like some of my grunge concerts. And
Sure,
shit like that.
you can attend whatever virtual concert you want to, and you feel like you can't tell the difference. I mean, you're not in the real world, but you can't tell the difference with your senses that you're not in the real world.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Until I hear back.
Right. So thumping music, gyrating crowds,
Yeah, absolutely.
lots of music.
Loud.
Yeah.
Some mosh pits.
Yeah, mosh pits.
And then tacos.
Yep. And tacos. There's somebody that brings around a plate of fresh tacos whenever you think I'm hungry and want some tacos.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But the virtual tacos, not real tacos.
But of course,
True. You wake up
to
really
the
hungry.
people who have no tap, you would actually have to lay down on a couch in a sensory deprivation tank and have a helmet put over your head, and you would still know this isn't real.
She's cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you're not tapped either? Fucking loser.
She's allergic.
You're allergic? I'm sorry. You're
It's
cursed.
called Benadryl, bitch.
There's a quick fix for that. You just take a step off, and then that solves
roll a new
the
character.
problem. Yeah.
Okay. All right. If nobody else has anything to do,
It's
right?
very important what we're doing.
Yes.
Same way we all do.
All right. So you come out of VR, and you have several messages waiting for you. One of them is from Sister Karma,
God damn it.
saying she has a possible job opportunity for you. Some cryptos you can earn.
You have to peel yourself out of your chair.
Yeah. Rinse himself off.
I don't rinse myself off.
Oh, okay.
I remember where I'm living. There's no rinsing.
Oh god, he's even worse.
Wet wipes. Book of Eli here. You're wiping down with old
gotta
take a quick
KFC
hoe
wet
bath.
wipes.
I'm about to say, just the whole bath, please. Dear
Like
God.
dude wipes. Dude wipes.
And you have a message from Kaon.
Keon?
Kaon.
Keys?
I'm getting it right. Shut up.
Keys on?
On.
Okay.
Slap you.
Cave on.
You come out soon enough that you can actually.
on.
Kevin.
It's not Kevin. It's Kaon.
Kayvon?
It's like an Avon with a K.
Yeah, Avon.
Kayvon.
Because we're both sexy.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and.
You're only attracted to women over 55. All right.
So is it like
your grandmother has an
is
issue
there
then.
like a subject line in my head, like I see,
Basically.
you know, and I see like a subject line like, you know, sister
Incoming message from
Karma
Sister
said,
Karma.
hey,
Right.
I
Possible
may have a
job
job
opportunity.
for you. And then Kaon, your subject line was
My subject line would be like, bruh. The
Bruh.
gotcha. So, you know, credits speak. So I'm going to listen to Sister Karma's
I remember that next time
message.
you want tacos.
I know. I'm sorry, but I have to. I have, you know, people who want to break my legs, and plus, you know, I've got things I got to do. Alrighty. So, what does Sister Karma want from me?
To meet you at the arcade at 1800.
How much is
We
she?
actually know each other.
Now, does she mean like
I would think
virtually, or
Maybe
does she
not.
mean like in person?
historically, but as long as we've probably both been here.
She'll give you
Oh, we-
50 cryptos if you show up in person. If you don't, she can meet you
Depending on how I
virtually.
relate to you is what I want to know.
Make it 100.
It's not an interactive conversation. It's a message.
I'll send her a message.
Make it 100.
Make it 100.
Make a
I'll see
persuasion
in
check.
person. You want me to do what?
Make a persuasion
So
check.
she likes cats.
Use your
You're a
persuasion
teenage
skill.
girl, don't love
You want me
cats.
to?
So
I forgot your
What's
cat's
the word
name.
again?
to love.
You would know a teenage girl. Fucking petty. Untaps and the cops can't find your porn. That's a hard one.
5.
A 5. Okay. Just a one line return. 50.
And I have to walk my ass from here to the aircraft.
Yeah, you
all the
actually
way
have
over
to,
the
like-
other side.
Yeah, it's like a couple hundred steps.
How long does it take to walk from here to there? Because that's time I could spend.
5 minutes.
5 fucking minutes out of my fucking world. So that's 5 and then 10 minutes. So it's really
And plus the
probably
time you're going to be
probably
there.
a couple of minutes.
Or you can
talking
be
to her.
virtually with no cryptos at all.
Is it-
What was that? 2 credits per minute?
All right. I assume. Well, since we're all living in the poor section, I probably need to take the 50.
Okay.
So I will accept her 50 credits. What time?
1800.
What time?
6 o'clock.
No, I'm sorry. I'm fine with
1800.
military time. I just didn't hear you.
1800.
Okay. And it's currently
1600.
so I have 2 hours
Yes.
to walk 5 minutes.
You ready to get started now?
Do it while you're in.
Been
the
a couple of
VR.
years since I've.
You're a true gamer.
Bumping
You're gonna
into
get another
shit.
dating quiz.
I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna do a couple of VR walkthroughs.
Yeah. Run some
Make sure I know the path.
You have to run some simulations.
Well, the simulations is how do I
Gonna
avoid
try to-
as many people as possible.
Let's run the Google Maps here, you know?
And then I'll go ahead and
Talking
listen to
spin 360s.
Kaon's voice message next.
Okay. What did you tell him?
I told him to run me the fucking lowdown on who blacklisted me. Like I'm getting shit from all my mechanic guys. Somebody bought out my shop and smeared me. Lost it. I don't know who's behind it.
So, in this game, there is something called your rep score, or score. And it is represented by a die. A D6 is an average everyday. You're known by some people, but you're nothing special. Okay? A D4 is you're on the outs. You have been smeared. You've, lost reputation. Your score is going down. Your rep score is going down. Okay? That is a die you roll along with your wild die if you're a wild card to get into places like nightclubs, to meet important people, that kind of stuff. It's like a persuasion roll or a networking check, but it actually mechanics into this reputation score kind of thing.
I think my sexy ass would just be able to walk up in a club.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
I'll be like,
Because it's also manifested in your tap. So imagine you're walking down the street, and in this hyper reality world around you, every person that you walk by has a little number popping above their head. Now, you two don't, because y'all don't have taps. You have 0 score. You have no score, which means nobody knows you.
Can't lose if you don't play.
Exactly. Right. But that
But
also
you
means
can't
that you can't
play.
have access to anything that requires that score. Okay.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
So y'all have 0 rep. Arlo and Leo have a D6.
Oh, cool.
Okay, your rep is typical average.
You can't have rep even though you don't have them.
Well, the problem is that anybody who looks at you, they're going to see blank. You don't show up as any kind of data in the tap stream. They can see you. I mean, obviously, if you're walking down the street, they see the teenage, Japanese schoolgirl. But it's like you don't have an aura. You don't have any data associated with you.
We're normal.
No, actually, you're abnormal in this case. And so one of two things. You're either so incredibly powerful that you can hide all of that, or you are untapped.
Considering where you live, you're on tap, bro.
so basically, it would kind of be like
So,
avoiding them like a plague, like they were something weird.
well, I mean, so I don't know if y'all ever run into the
I don't wanna
situation
fuck with
like
that.
if somebody says, I need you to do this on Facebook, or I didn't see you on Facebook, or can I have your Facebook, or something like that, or your Instagram, or your Snapchat, and you're like, yeah, I don't do any of those. But in a world where everybody
It's not
does.
necessarily that we might not do them, we just don't have them ingrained in our brain.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, now, if you want to participate in a rep score, without a tap, you're a die level lower than you would normally be. So y'all would be at like a D4 if you don't have a tap, unless you...
I mean, I would assume she'd have some kind of communication device that she
Right,
could
right.
communicate with.
You can still talk.
Yes.
You're just, I mean, it's kind of like you're using a telegram when everybody else is using cell phones.
Well, dude, I don't have an issue
Right.
with that, but I'm just saying, I mean, you would
Right.
have to have some kind of communication device.
Yeah, yeah. But
You use
you
Ravens?
don't show up
Write them on
as
little notes.
data in other people's view. They
Right,
can,
I mean, I totally
right,
get that.
right. So, yeah, because you're not broadcasting it. You don't have a Wi-Fi, transceiver in your body that's saying, hey, this is my rep score.
We have phones.
We have phones.
We have
Flip.
phones.
You have phones.
Right.
So you don't even have,
They got the
in our parlance, you wouldn't have a cell phone today. You'd have a landline. That's all you have. You don't have a cell phone. You don't have any kind of. All you have is a landline. So the only time people can call you is when you're at home. Right.
Perfect.
I mean, that makes sense.
Right. So not that. I mean, y'all do have. If you want the communication device, yeah. I mean, imagine somebody a landline today that has no computer and they're trying to find out something on the internet. How are they
I
going to
get
do
it.
it? Right. Whereas that would be the same equivalent of y'all having cell phones in this world in 2089. You're just not tapped into the data stream.
Well, I'm totally cool with not being
Just
that.
making sure.
I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I'm cool
Right.
with that.
So, but anyway,
Does not care.
I just wanted to establish that before he does this, if he's going to do it for you. You want to know who mounted a smear campaign against you,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Who bought out my shop and lost me on my job.
Right. But that's interaction between you and Arlo. So I don't
Right, that's why I left the
adjudicate
message.
that. I don't referee.
Whenever
that.
you get to that.
Yeah. I send back new phone, who dis. And then I send a blurry picture that says unlock my photos for 100 credits.
You paid walking. That makes sense. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
I only fansed you.
100 credits a month.
New phone, who dis? Thank you, James, for buying into the world. I appreciate
So
it.
I'm gonna reply back. Bruh, it's K-On. Tacos, man. Tacos.
He's your taco
Man,
hookup.
hook me up, bro.
Maybe you're so nice that you'll drop off tacos at like his doorstep on your way out to work or something, because you actually physically go to a
DoorDash guy.
place.
Yeah.
Right. That way you don't have to leave your apartment.
I got you. We can actually like just talk to each other in VR, right? We don't actually have to just.
Yeah.
see each
You
other.
can open up
Yeah.
a direct line to him,
Yeah,
and
so
not
I'll
just
shoot you an invite to a virtual reality.
like I'm going to FaceTime
lounge
you.
room.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's a FaceTime. Yeah.
So we'll meet on the
I'll
holodeck.
answer.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know I was just fucking around with you. What's going on?
Bruh. Fucking, I got home from work, had a message. Fucking, my shop's been closed. I got no job. Called around. Like, all the shops, they said they won't hire me. And one of our homeboys, he's like, somebody smeared me. So I want to know who it is. I also had a message from my parents today, which is highly suspect. So I need to know if it's them or who's out for me. Hook me up. I got your tacos later.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you. So we all have basically our Facebook profile
Yes.
around us.
Yes.
Is there anything on his Facebook profile or his K-On profile that is effectively like? So would it be that the powers that be called each individual one, or is there like a thing that's blinking saying don't hire this guy? You know what I'm saying?
So your Zcore, ZCORE, your rep Zcore, is literally a number.
Okay.
That, like, imagine if your social media presence generated a number, like the
Karma-
number of followers.
Karma in Reddit.
Right, yeah, or karma in Reddit, or the number of followers you have on YouTube, or the number of people subscribed to you on Instagram, or whatever.
My real life score would be like a 2.
So
It's all combined
he has,
now.
instead of 5 stars, he's at 0 stars,
Right.
and if you click on the review, somebody has review bombed him. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically what's happened is his rep score has like plummeted
Got it.
because he has been smeared in a campaign. Now, you can't see the individual data trails that lead back to all of it, but it would be the equivalent of if somebody review bombed him on Yelp.
Right.
I mean, but you can't necessarily see all the negative comments because, a lot of times you can click on a star or a thumb or whatever and never leave a comment, right? So you just know that number is dropping. It's kind of like on Reddit when you can upvote something. You can also downvote it, but it doesn't show you the downvotes. It just shows you the total upvotes.
If I look into the review section of him, is the number of downvotes or 1 star out of 5? Is that number just skyrocketing? Is he currently?
You can't tell that without a hacking task.
Okay.
All you know, looking at his rep score right now, and you can see your own rep score. Your rep score has dropped through the floor. Okay. So, I mean, if you really want to know like an equivalent number, like a D6 is in the 600s, a D8 is in the 800s. It's almost like your credit score, right? So if your credit score is anywhere between 6 and 800, you're okay. Over 800, you're doing fantastic. Below 600, your credit score's starting to suck, right? Sorry, Ben. Rep scores can go sky high. They can be 1,200 plus. Yours is sitting right now at about a 210.
Bruh.
Right. So imagine if your credit score was at 200.
Fucking me up.
Somebody's
bad.
smashing you.
Like,
But in order to find out who or where it's coming from or the reasons, if there are any, that's going to be a hacking task. In order to do that, you got to hack into the app or the company that does the app for the rep score.
Gotcha. Is there a we'll call him, I guess, Vapple Co. down the street that has access to their HQ mainframe, or is this something where you have to actually go?
No, in this case, you could probably do enough from where you are.
Oh, okay.
This is not one of those, deep corporate secrets, laboratory thing. This is just.
I assume it's not really Vapple. It's probably an agent that's doing this.
And basically, what this app is it's a conglomeration of all of the social media and reputation. So they bring them all together and create. It's kind of like a credit score. Credit score brings all your different loan histories into one score.
Gotcha.
So imagine hacking into Equifax.
Okay, so
You know.
so would I now in my line of work would I actually know of local agents that would be capable of doing this, or would I, or am I too new to Chicago and I'm still working on that?
In terms of like a company where they can do this,
No,
or
in terms of IT repairmen, such as myself. Enterprising young men with a particular set of skills that are willing to do things for credits.
there's always people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that would be a
But
common
in terms
knowledge
of
role.
skill,
Right.
That's what I mean. It's like, do I know?
Oh, you don't even. So you're trying to figure out, has he been hacked?
Well, not so much that he's been hacked, but you know, I guess the question is review bombing, especially in this era, would that be more like a pretty common occurrence? So would there not be a IT workaround that you could just call up Creditfax and say,
No.
hey, you know, my douchebag drunk brother is being an a-hole.
That's a make a common knowledge roll.
Okay.
Sorry, man. I know it's been a long.
It's been-
It's been a rough couple of weeks for you. I understand.
Going, man. I apologize.
No. I appreciate you being here at the table. I really do.
9.
9. Okay.
Wouldn't have missed this over my.
Not gonna finish that joke. It's a bad joke.
So, given who he is, and the fact that he's not corporate, even though I don't know if you know his history, then that's up to Travis if he's told you.
My character would probably not care.
I was gonna say I wouldn't.
What I'm saying is, if you haven't told him what you're, you haven't really told anybody.
He's just a guy who brings me
Right.
tacos.
He's a guy who
from
brings you
time to time.
tacos. You know he's a mechanic. That's about
Yeah,
it.
we have a shared love of electronics.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've never known his score to be above 450, 500 anyway. Okay. And that's not bad. It's just, well, I'm sorry, not above 600, 650. Sorry, 400 is bad.
Yeah.
Given who he is with that role, that's a success and a raise. You don't think that this took an actual, like, hacker breaking into their system. This is probably just bad reviews.
Okay. So
That, somebody, it's kind of like, doxing someone, swatting
now,
someone.
as a
you know.
bad reviewer, can you, as an individual, sit there and just
No, because everybody's tap stream has a unique identifier to it. So
is there a
if you just sat there and,
modulating thingy that can make it where you can just do this? Okay, so that means somebody has paid a lot of money to a lot of individuals to say, hey, you don't know this guy, but I want you to go and say he sucks
Yes.
on,
yes,
V Spook.
yes.
Wow.
Gotcha, okay.
So
On
more than
Reps.
likely,
it's called Reps, REPZ. Reps is
Reps.
the name of the company.
the IP will probably be very similar for each one of those. Then more than likely.
I don't know. That's where the hacking task comes in. You haven't hacked anything yet. You're just guessing based upon your knowledge of that world, the hacking world.
Were you doing this for free, so you wouldn't go too far, I think.
Right.
He brings me tacos.
We're just establishing, and y'all, this would be the first couple
And
of
he's good at
sessions,
talking
honestly,
to
before
people.
y'all get familiar with the world. So,
He's good at talking to people.
sorry, Ben, it
He's
wasn't
got skills
all
that I
that
don't
exciting
have.
yet.
No, dude, no. I apologize. I'm
No,
sorry.
don't apologize.
Yeah.
I need to get you
So,
more.
but
involved.
I
No, it
feel
was
like I
second
need
spot.
to assist you because
I did what you said you were
hope
going to.
to network with you on future projects.
Absolutely.
Just non-mechanic.
Okay, so in terms of hacking, because my understanding was with hacking, you had to actually physically be somewhere to do that. So,
Okay, yeah, in typical Shadowrun cyberpunk ideas of where you're doing corporate espionage and you're trying to like steal the secrets of Amazon, you would have to go to the physical location because they're not going to have their corporate trade secrets out there on the internet. Something like this is more creating a sprite program that'll go out there and gather all this information that isn't normally available to the average person, but it's not necessarily like deep corporate secret stuff. You're just going to have to use a hacking roll. We'll dramatize it where you're going to do a hacking roll to get into their surface level system to see, hey, has this just been review bombing? Or is this like, someone actually got into his account kind of thing? You really don't know. You're just guessing right now. Why
Gotcha.
would this guy be so important that somebody would spend the money to break into
yeah,
the
you're
system?
right. I got you.
Whereas you're like, yeah, bro,
he lives in,
but-
Palmy.
Yeah, he
Towers.
lives in Hoffman Estates, which is this
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, Hoffman Estates.
Right. Think Dustin Hoffman. They name a lot of these buildings after movie stars from the 20th and 21st century. There's the Ben Affleck Tower.
Wow.
You know,
It's got one whole floor.
Hopefully we don't get to the point where it's ass tower.
you know.
Alrighty, so I need to perform a hacking
Right.
skills.
So there's 3 core mechanics to a hacking roll. You have to hack into the system, you have to manipulate the system, and then you have to log out. In this case, hacking into the system is a very simple task. You make a hacking roll versus the intrusion defense level. In this case, it's going to be a 4. Okay, it's an IDS 3, or it's a tier 3, which is a -4 penalty to your hacking roll. That gets you into the system. A crit fail alerts them that you're trying to do it. That's
Gotcha.
it. Then manipulating the system, in your case, you're just doing a data mine. That's a research roll.
So, out
Okay.
of curiosity, is removing them a possibility?
Is like restoring your reputation. Well,
Like,
that would actually
erase,
be gaining
erase,
physical access.
Erase.
Right.
Gotcha.
No.
That
That
have
would,
to go somewhere for that.
yeah, you would have to go somewhere, or you would have to contact the company and pay. And if you could just pay them lots of credits to have a high rep score, it wouldn't be worth anything.
Right.
So yeah, that's actually corporate secret. Right now, all he's trying to do is figure out where is it coming from. And that's a research role. That's a data mine. You're writing basically software on the fly that just takes in all this data bits and presents it to you in a more coherent form.
Yeah.
It's doing the work for you because computers work faster than we do.
Yeah.
And then the third step is logging out to prevent them from knowing that you got in and did this. So in this case, all you're going to do is break in without their knowledge, data mine, which is a research role, and then log out, which is another hacking role. Okay, we'll talk about that when you get there.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is actually a test run a little bit. This is the simplified version, by the way. So we can make it complicated, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
So it's a hacking roll at -4. It's a tier 3 system.
Okay, so I'm starting now.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Now, are you? Did you agree to any kind of payment, or did y'all come up to an agreement about that?
No, we. I told him that I'm networking with him because he's got. We both have a love for electronics,
Right.
but he knows how to talk to people,
Okay.
and I hate people. And so he has skills.
You
that,
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So
Okay.
which is what I was saying to him. And I said, "Hey, I
Okay,
want to
yeah.
network with you," and he was like, "Yeah." So
Works
for
for
me,
me.
that's payment.
Right, works for me. Now, if you have any software that gives you bonuses or cyberware that gives you bonuses, this is where it comes in. Of course, you're novice, so I don't expect you to have, all that much stuff yet.
I have, I just, once I get in, I do have a program that will assist me.
Okay.
I took the novice data miner program.
Gotcha.
And then I also, as my side gig, the other program, because taking the hacker, whatever, gives you 2. So the other one was malware removal. And they're
Okay.
both one.
One AMS slot?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I have the slots for it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's -4.
Yes. Well, yeah. So
We're gonna
Benny
try
time.
again,
Right.
Because my best roll at -4 was 1. There we go. Okay, I passed. Because the 8 will explode no matter 16.
Okay.
I'm
You're
just
still
rolling 'cause I
exploding.
just
Oh,
wanna
yeah, we'll see how
far
many
it goes
raises you
for-
get,
for
yeah.
giggles. 8, 16, 24, 29. on
Okay, so you
my-
rolled a 29.
Yep.
You're at -4, so you rolled a 25. That's lots of successes. Yeah, 25. Let's see, your target number was a 4.
You can tell me who did it.
You got
Well, with the data mine, I'm gonna give you a thumb
right.
drive.
You
and
got
it's going
5.
to be
You got 5 raises.
10
Okay.
gigabytes of just names,
So-
people that receive $25.
Oh
Hey,
my
I'll
God,
give you $25 to say this guy sucks.
Are you
Well,
going to
alright, shit.
Jay and Shia Bob that was at the end of their
Okay.
first movie?
With that number of raises,
Did you?
I'm going to let you do the data mine, no problem. But I'm also going to let you do another manipulating the system task. Okay, so let me give you your options here. One is create a backdoor. You could literally leave like a little software backdoor that only you know about, and you can get back in without having to hack it again for another 24 hours. These things get regularly rebooted, so it only lasts for 24 hours. Okay, your data mine, and then you can also edit a file or device. Okay. So that's possible. You might be able to edit one of the if it turns out to be a review bomb. You can
Change all the reviews from
let's
1
see.
star to 5 star.
Okay, so honestly, that's all that's really appropriate right now.
I got you.
Okay, there's other ways, like if you're hacking into like a computer or a facilities defense network, you could do other things, but that's not going to be here. Okay, so you realize, man, I cracked this thing like a boiled egg. You can make a backdoor if you want to. Okay, that is a hacking roll, but you get it's basically you have avoided all of their security, so you get to make it at a straight roll if you would like to do that.
Gotcha. And then, really, considering I'm probably convinced that he's just being review bombed. Really, changing one file is not going to really do anything for him because he's just getting like thousands.
Well, you don't know yet. That's what the result of the
Yeah.
data mine will be, and that's a research roll.
Gotcha. Can I do a research roll and then choose which of those two
absolutely.
options? Okay.
Yeah. You're in the system right now.
Gotcha. So I have the I have research data mining.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I also
absolutely
have the data miner program.
okay. That's your target numbers are 4.
So let's go ahead and just shoot for that real fast just to see. That's right, because the data miner programmer is supposed to just reduce the amount of attempts on data mining because I'm super fast at it.
Yeah.
Double
I was
explosions.
gonna say, explode.
So 9 is my highest.
Okay. Absolutely. Takes you about 3 rounds. Okay. Actually, it takes 4. The time it takes to data mine is equal to run round plus the number of rounds equal to the tier of the computer system. This was a tier 3. So it takes 4 rounds, which is 30 seconds or less. And yes, it is a basically what looks to be a coordinated campaign that began about 20 hours ago. Okay. Where Kaon was review bombed by about 3,000 people.
But
I don't even know 3,000 people.
They know you.
They bashed the garage. They bashed him. They bashed his boss. They bashed his ex-girlfriend from the 7th grade.
But his boss got bought out just recently.
Well, they didn't tell him
Was it
why.
because
They
he got-
didn't tell him why he sold because he saw that the garage got smashed online.
Gotcha.
Got review bombed. And so when somebody comes along and says, "Hey, I'll buy your garage now for like 1.5 times its wealth," he's like, "Take it,
Yeah.
take the money and run."
And we're about to lose all his money.
Pretty much, yeah. He saw the reviews just, and his number went down too because his number was associated with the garage. So yeah, he's out of there. He took his money and he's in the Bahamas.
All right. So I'll leave a back
What's
door
left of the 2 islands?
if that's
Okay.
possible.
Yep. Make a hacking roll. It would have been at -4, but because of your raises, it's just a straight roll.
Okay.
As long as you did it.
9.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for 24 hours, you have a back door into the REPS system.
Okay.
Ooh, you should download some stuff.
Okay. Now, you have 2 ways of logging out. You can do a standard log out. Okay.
Sent you a Facebook message.
So you can do what's called a standard log out. Logging out of a computer system in this fashion requires no hacking skill roll, takes an action, but system administrators get a notice roll to see if they detect it. Okay.
Gotcha.
This is often done under extreme circumstances when time is a factor. It's generally not recommended. You can do a secure log out. If you have the extra time and you want to cover your tracks, you can choose to spend your entire turn logging out of the system. Unlike other operations, covering your tracks can be difficult. This requires a hacking roll at a penalty equal to the defense rating of the system. Success indicates the character has covered their tracks. Failure allows sysadmins to make a notice roll to see if they detect the activity. If a critical failure occurs, system admin automatically alerted. So you knew you could get in. You didn't alert any of their, monitors. Now you can do a standard log out, just, to get a chance to see if you were there, or you can do a secure log out, make a hacking roll.
Sure.
You got plenty of time.
I don't have
You're
bullets coming over my
Right,
head.
you don't have
so
bullets.
We're just going to try to securely.
Right.
Am I at the -4?
Yes.
My bad.
I am currently. Okay.
Yes, because you used all those bonuses to leave the back door.
Gotcha.
I just realized we can't use common bond yet.
Not yet.
No.
We'll use one more attempt.
Nope. At the -4,
Okay.
2 is the best roll I got.
So they roll a notice check.
Do I roll a stealth?
Nope.
Check.
Gotcha.
Is it contested?
Okay. All right. You log out.
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure if you're able to cover your intrusion or not, but you're out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, so I'll send you a quick text. What was the timestamp on that suspicious phone call from your
Yesterday
parents?
about midnight.
And it's
A little bit before midnight.
1600
Your
now.
parents live in Chicago too? Your parents live in Chicago too?
Yeah, they're big corpse.
Gotcha.
So there's like a 3 to 4 hour gap between them sending the message and
Well, he went into work the next day, and by the end of the day, his boss went, "We're done. Bye." Sold the shop.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a little bit of time for that kind of coordinated effort to take place, but
so I would shoot you the message, saying, hey, 20 hours ago, you had roughly 3,000 people all started review bombing you.
I mean, it added up to about that many. It wasn't
Yeah.
all like it was ticking up,
Right.
and by yesterday morning, it was hitting about 100 an hour.
That's insane.
So either,
Any idea where
a
it came from?
professional corp was hired that has 3,000 people on staff to do this sort of thing, or somebody was just handing out flyers and getting the word out like, hey, you'll make $25 if you just 1-star you.
Now, if you wanted to find out who was doing the review bombing, you would actually have to go to the physical facility where these servers are located.
Right. Which makes sense. I don't know if we want to go up against. I'm assuming if it's basically Equifax, they're going to have a pretty solid defense system.
So
If
basically,
it's a
I'm
backbone of
screwed.
society, I would say they're pretty strong.
I mean, think about your Amazon seller rating. You know,
All right.
and your
Cool,
Facebook
bro.
friend list, and your your Instagram follower numbers. And,
I'm not
it's all
ready to do
conglomerated.
that just yet, but we're getting there.
Okay, so
The future.
it's 1600.
It's 1600 now.
What is the weather inside of here? I mean, Chicago in the wintertime, so is it cold?
Well, it varies. Think extreme weather. It for the most part, it's warmer than what you would think today, but the weather extremes swing much wider. So it could be 75 degrees in the middle of January today, and within 2 days it could be 15 below and snow 3 feet on the ground. But then a week later, it's 90.
I would expect this building is climate controlled.
Oh, it is. But the air well, the light well, actually, on periodically they will open the huge doors up top that are see-through. I mean, they're glass basically. They're armorplast, and they'll let air exchange take place. So but it's rain, wind, it's cold, hot, doesn't matter. So it's about once a week they open the top of the light well.
Get all the stinky air out of there because certain people.
Massive air exchangers start pushing the air and moving it around when they open the shutters at the top.
Does the building smell like Chick-fil-A on a bad day or downtown?
Yeah.
Case Farms. There we go.
La Casa Farms.
I mean, there's generally air exchange going on, but it's it's not the massive wind blow that comes once a week. It's called Air Day.
So what is the current weather tonight?
Tonight outside.
I'm assuming if we walk out here, we can feel the weather. And
No, the shutter's closed right now.
Oh, okay.
It's not Sunday.
Right.
So what is ambient temperature inside?
Probably
Get the new OG.
78.
78. Fuck me. Okay, that's
It's fucking hot.
fucking hot.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, you also got 80,000 people living in one building.
very true.
That's 80,000 98.6 degree heaters.
Why is it closed?
Let's open that shit.
Right. I mean, trust me, I've been in my classroom. It's probably 65 if I've been in there for an hour. Like if I have first period planning and it's in, it'll be 65 degrees. Within 30 minutes of the kids showing up, it's jumped up to about 75. Just because you got all those little heaters that come in and just heat the place up. But anyway, yeah, so right now it's mid 70s, mid to upper 70s. And kind of humid with, all the breath.
All the ice.
Yeah.
The stank.
Yeah.
Got the stank on it.
It's got a funk that clings to you. That, people who notice in the outside world know you live in a hive with that funk. You don't notice it until you leave and come back. But people who don't live in a hive notice.
I'm gonna go to the arcade early.
Okay.
I'm going to meet him.
Okay. So early as in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
I'm gonna show up about 10 minutes early.
So, without ever having to say it multiple times, assume that every time you're out and about, you're surrounded by people. Okay, now it's not necessarily like rush hour crush in Times Square, but there is never a moment, unless I say otherwise, that there aren't people around.
It's Disney World on a Wednesday. There's a lot of people there, but not that many.
Not as many as there are on a Friday or Saturday, I'm sure. So, yeah, so there's people moving around. There's always people in the hallways. I mean, think of
70,000 people in
yeah,
the building. Yeah.
but on this floor, there's probably not more than 700.
How many floors are there again?
136. Now, not all of them are residential. Some of them are shopping, some of them are maintenance and, logistics, but most of them are residential. So this particular floor is residential. So you got about 700 to 800 people living in this floor. So anyway, yeah, unless I say otherwise, there's always people around. I'm not going to bother putting all the tokens. Okay.
I would like to leave the room.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go get my food portion.
Right, yeah. You just squeeze out whatever you want, burritos, tacos,
Yeah.
You basically press in what do you want to eat. It hums and churns, and then it slides open. It's like one of the old automats where you just reach in and, even the plate
Whatever-
is a paper plate. That
Whatever
was,
substance I get, I'm gonna take half of it and give it to Talo
okay.
and make her way to the arcade.
Who's too low?
His
The
cat.
cat.
You have a cat.
He has a lynx.
What size cat?
It's pretty big. It's the size of an oversized bulldog.
Did you send him the new picture?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
So, yeah.
You're gonna
I
have animals?
regenerated
Yeah.
the picture for
Dude,
him.
what? There are hybrid humans. There are people walking
You have
around
a person
that
as an animal?
well, no.
She's pretty smart, but she's not a person.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, one of the races you could have played was a hybrid. You could have been a bear
I know,
man
I
or a
thought
wolf
about
man
it. I was
or
like, I'm gonna be a werewolf.
a
They're
rhino
wolf.
man or an elephant man.
So it's not an ocelot.
No, it was like a 40-pound cat.
And if it was an ocelot, I'd care.
They're 95 pounds.
So yeah,
They're
95
huge.
pounds?
95 pounds. They're
Fuck me.
huge.
That's a fucking Doberman.
make a spirit roll for Talo.
Sure. Probably not. I mean, at this point, I bet she's almost acclimated to eating it.
It just depends. What did you dial up?
Fish.
Probably some sort of salmon or something.
Okay.
6, 8.
Okay.
Where did you take your cat to pee?
Somewhere where else peas.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a 90-pound lynx. She pees wherever the fuck she wants.
I mean, she's probably more accurate than. I mean, if you look at that bathroom on that wall, that hallway, yeah, it's got water issues. It's some leaking pipes. So anyway, yeah, she'll grudgingly. I mean, the way a cat will look at you like, seriously, bruh?
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
I reach down,
As if it can talk. Seriously, bro.
I'll reach down and scratch her behind the ear and say, "Sis or starve."
She'll eat it. Not happily, but she'll eat it.
I'll eat it
'Cause
not
it's-
happily either. But
right.
Here we are.
I mean, it tastes good.
Right.
It tastes like
But
what.
I know it's not.
But
good
you
for me.
know it's not true meat. Yeah.
It's not that tribe food.
You know it's not a real fish caught in a stream.
Yeah.
You know it is a reconstituted protein paste that quite possibly you ate a week ago, and they just redid whatever you passed. So yeah, I mean, it tastes like fish. It has the texture of fish. A little bit off, but
Go to the arcade and find a booth or something somewhere and just
Okay.
curl under the table.
right. Okay. Now you said you were gonna Psycho. You were gonna go there with him.
Psycho's going to meet him there
Okay.
with the customary grape slushy and fake chicken burrito.
Gotcha. The grape
grape
slushies
slushy.
are easily available.
It's her thing.
What's your thing? That and grape blow pops.
What? No, wasn't that kind of,
So
kind of
grapes,
Bill's thing too?
grape snow cone. We're saying
Wasn't
that.
that Bill's thing too?
Grape
He's
slushy.
got a bit of a thing.
Yep. You sit down with
No, I just
Nashoba?
wanted to
Yes.
talk about
Okay.
the grape snow cone.
so y'all do know each other
Yeah, we do.
because you're
It's like
exotic,
She actually called him while y'all were doing your thing. She called him and see
Okay.
what he's doing.
right?
We used our Motorola flip phones and texted each other.
I'm like,
Yeah.
And everybody's looking at you like,
Yeah.
they're like, look it up.
I even read it.
Yeah,
Jared, what's up,
earlier
fam?
today.
Sliving Gucci, yo.
That's true. That's the way I read.
Eggplant emoji, eggplant emoji. Peaches.
so y'all are
Drippy
people
water,
watching.
Drippy
Yeah,
water.
and she will, let the cat smell her
Right.
and, rub it.
Make a notice roll,
Notice?
both of you.
Ooh, notice.
Somebody sent you a drool emoji. Who was it?
Ooh, 6. 11.
11. Okay.
6.
6. Okay. So Psycho, you do notice a microdrone.
Okay.
It's not in the light well. It's like most people don't see it, but it's the size of basically a cockroach,
Okay.
and it's hanging on the ceiling. Let me ping it for you. So y'all are here. It's basically hanging on the ceiling about right there.
Where are we?
You're here.
Oh, I thought we were over there in the corner.
Right. Now, I know the stream couldn't see that, so let me pop that over to the stream real quick. Okay.
Can you blow it? Can you blow it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I thought that was the arcade over there. So
Yeah,
which
hold
one
on.
thing's the arcade?
Yeah, no, the arcade, and it's not a video game arcade in that sense.
Gotcha. It's just like a arcade in the mall. It's just
Yeah, it's just like a open area for the public to gather. Okay, so
It's like kiosk.
yeah,
Yeah.
so basically, it was there, and y'all are sitting here.
And it's at us, pointing to us.
You can't tell.
I can't tell.
You can't tell. All you know is that this thing isn't an actual cockroach.
Well, I'll point it out to Jared there.
So make a notice check again.
I sent you a message on Discord.
Okay, this time you see it. Before it had, I mean, I required a raise. And of course Psycho rolled because Kevin's rolling. But yeah, now that Psycho has pointed it out, you can definitely see. I mean, it's about a thumb-sized cockroach, and it's hanging up on the ceiling with its head oriented out toward the light well.
So much worse.
Okay. But looking at it carefully now, you can kind of tell, yeah, that's not a real cockroach. Okay. That's a micro drone. That's a spy drone. Not that you would necessarily know that, but
I'm gonna smile over to Psycho and be like, smile. Yeah.
okay. It scurries into a crack.
Dry my hair.
And
I'm going to slide you like a little package
watching you.
and some Japanese candy that we brought.
All like Pocky.
okay. Now, Kaon, you never got a message from Sister Karma, did you?
No. You left me out.
I know. Well, there was
You were too busy giving me that.
no. There was a reason.
He wasn't done with the last character, so he just brought the drama over to the
Right.
new
I
one.
knew you'd get all bent out of it, but no, you're not bent.
Never disappoint.
It's true. It's true.
So the question that I have for you is: would you be outside your apartment at all?
In all honesty, probably not.
Okay.
I would be inside fucking VR and the concert things trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with the bullshit, basically.
Okay. No, I understand.
And where to go
Right.
from
You
here.
found out basically your life has been trashed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
where to go from here?
Where to go from here? Well,
Yeah.
mom and dad, they're always willing to accept you back.
Yeah, but mom and dad is the last resort. That's a ball and chain I'm not willing to take.
Okay. All right. Okay. So y'all two are there. What about the other two?
Well, I'm gonna wait until about 10 minutes before and head that way.
Okay. All right.
So I'm
So-
gonna be about 10 minutes behind them. So
You see the
The
Native
two-
American and
the
the,
two
Japanese
non-Japanese
schoolgirl sitting there
She's
together
not
at a
in the
table.
schoolgirl outfit now.
Wow, but she's still a 16-year-old teenage girl.
But yeah, she's dressed like it's fucking 80 degrees. She's wearing gym shorts, a hard t-shirt, and flip-flops.
Right,
It's hot
right.
as fuck.
But you're sitting there.
Right.
You're sitting there with your sugar daddy.
But sugar kid,
I mean, that's kind of what it would look like, though.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't know
please
how
tell
it
me.
is.
Yeah, y'all don't look anything like you're
Oh
related.
my God! Please tell me you're like wearing like a denim vest, and that's it.
It's actually,
No shirt.
You're actually close. So Nashoba has his day job is pretty dirty. So he has basically like they're almost like Kevlar jeans.
Okay.
But they're relatively loose fit because he has to move around quite a bit. Boots that they're tucked down inside of, and he does have a vest on with no shirt.
I love it.
And his hair is pulled back in a tight
I,
ponytail.
I, I automatically think, oh my God, the one from King of the Hill, John Redcorn.
John Redcorn.
That's what I'm thinking of. Your character, that's what I'm thinking of every time you guys talk. I'm going to see John Redcorn. I'm going to have to start killing
banging the
bugs with
neighbors.
an exterminator. We're going to have a weird relationship.
Hey, just remember, Dale got the ultimate revenge. On
He
him.
got,
He did.
he won. He knew.
did. Yeah, he knew.
As paranoid
But he
as that man
fucking-
was, he knew.
He fucking won that battle, though. It's like, that boy loves me.
Like that football game, my son's doing that, and John Redcorn's right there. Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you get there about 10 minutes early. You see Nashoba and Psycho sitting there at a table. You've seen them around,
Gotcha.
and it's really the only table that looks
It's
like.
not packed, so I'm gonna. If it's not packed,
Right.
I'm
All
probably
the others have family units and
These are
like
communal
groups of
tables anyway.
teenagers.
they're communal tables anyway. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk up to your guys' table and be like, "Do you mind if I sit with you guys for a little bit and relax?"
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police.
the police.
So, question: are you wearing your executive response medic gear, or
No.
are you in civilian?
I'm in regular
Okay,
civilian clothes.
you're in
I'm done for
civilian
the shift for
clothes.
the day.
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
I don't
Although
go to
you're
work.
gonna have to
I don't
go
have
to
to go
work.
to work for a couple more
Yeah,
hours.
you got to go to work in about 6 hours.
Yeah,
5
so-
hours. Okay, and the last one that needs to show up would be.
Are you thirsty yet?
Could always take a drink. What you got?
You can look at your now if you buy a drink.
Damn it, that's expensive here, man. I was hoping for the
5 minute
best.
walk.
Yes.
Thirsty.
So,
you looking for
5
attention?
minutes
Oh, sorry,
on
man.
the dot.
You kids nowadays, I don't even know.
I will. So I will peel myself out of my VR chair.
Right.
I will put on.
He's gonna be like 2 minutes
Skin
late.
has
Oh my god.
Here it's like 3 blocks away.
He's only coming here because he knows I'm going to be there, so I can check for bed sores.
It's
There's-
the sweaty skin against the leather.
There's a 25%
The
chance.
stain.
There's a shit stain on my white and tighties. So
you weren't even wearing
I
it.
got a 33. So
So you're good.
my
He has to put
my
'em on the
tidy
leaf
whities.
before-
I'm gonna put my tidy whities on. I'm gonna put
They already
like
have
a
shit on
black, trench coat on, but I'm not gonna actually button it. I'm just going to kind of sash around the middle. Right,
God,
I'm gonna
yes.
put on my
So you look
at
like
this
a-
point probably 5-year-old combat boots from the past. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna wear socks for it because it's just a 5-minute jaunt.
Not even gonna worry about lacing them up.
Not
No.
really. Like
Okay.
good pair of boots that you've taken a couple of showers in, they'll hold. And then I'm
that
going
checks
to
out.
grab. Is it a doorknob or is it more like a
It's
key
not even
swipe
that.
thing?
It's,
Like, do I just think it and
it's
it opens?
keyed
Gotcha,
to
that's
your
right. That's
tap.
right. So right before I activate it, because I have a countdown, and this moment it hits 5, I'm gonna open the door, and I am going to man on a mission, beeline it over there. I am going to get here. I'm going to look around for her. If I don't immediately see her, I'm going to take a picture of myself out there, send it to her saying 50 credits, and then I'm going to fucking walk back to my room. That's $50. Easy
You
peasy.
get down the western walkway. Okay, this one over here. Make a notice check.
Us or him?
Arlo.
Oh my god! When he walks around the corner, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder, be like, he finally came out of his room.
Cyber Corpse.
5.
5. Okay, yes. As you are literally walking down this, you see Sister Karma walk out of the stairwell, basically right in front of you,
The bitch got you.
and begin to walk towards this table. Now, nobody asked, but that's fine. These little kiosks here, these are all food dispensers with more patterns.
Oh,
These cost creds, though. But we're not going to worry about spending individual,
More patterns?
cryptos. These have more patterns for food. Think of them like STL files on a 3D printer. The ones you get in your little kitchen that are provided as part of your rent, there's about 40 basic patterns. Spaghetti, hamburgers, fish, tacos, burritos,
If
that
you
kind of
wanted
stuff.
Bojangles, like
If
good
you want-
Bojangles fried
Right.
chicken.
You want something a little bit more advanced than the 40 basic patterns?
but just like Bojangles, the fries aren't seasoned.
Right. You can go over to these and type in an access code, swipe your wrist with your, or just think with your tap, and that you can get better food. At least a variety. Because, the same 40 patterns over and over.
It's just
and
like
over and over
MREs,
and
the
over
same
and over.
40 patterns, but this time you can get it with hot sauce.
Oh my
And
god!
that makes it
That-
40 whole
right.
new patterns.
You got 80 patterns!
I mean, it's true though.
Trust me, I've done MREs for 7 months.
Frank's
Yes.
yes. the cheat code.
That was it. It was like, oh, let's Tabasco sauce everything. I've discovered a whole,
Whole new
s-
food. Anyway, yes, you can get different things there. By the way, that's where you have to get your grape slushies. They're not part of the standard
I
pack.
figured not.
Right. But yeah, you can go in there and order your grape slushy. Even the
Sound
cup that it comes in
Sound
is printed.
So there's
Even the cup that it's printed, or the cup
Yeah,
that it comes in
she's
is
wearing
printed.
gloves.
Okay.
there's a coffee company out there in Arizona. It's heading this way. It's called Dutch Bros.
Right.
And the coffee, kind of like Starbucks, and they do an energy drink all day with Rebel Energy, which is a private label. Blah blah blah. I've been working on it for the last 4 days. I don't know who brand it is, and they add syrups like they do Sonic. 4 days straight, my wife wanted to go to Dutch Bros because she loves her coffee, and it's great coffee. In 4 days, I got 4 different energy drinks, and I was not disappointed on any one of these days. So I'm pretty sure my guys probably got an energy drink with flavors
Absolutely.
in it right here.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah. I can believe it. That's actually one of those. Well, damn! Why didn't somebody out here think of that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an energy drink with the flavoring you want, which is our squeeze things we put into our water, but it's not carbonated.
Oh, dude, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So you see her
flavor
literally
as
coming
well.
out of the stairwell,
And that flavor
probably
as well.
30 yards in front of
Very.
you. So your whole plans for taking a picture, 50 creds, bitch. No, she's there.
She knew how you
You're gonna
were.
have to interact with people.
That's yet to be seen, sir.
You could just stand there and stare because you are wearing the perfect attire. You don't even stare properly. You could hunch over a little bit, put your hands in your pockets, not your pants pockets, your jacket pockets, and just like.
Okay.
So,
So
I sigh probably audibly because I have no people skills. I'm just like, son of a bitch, and she probably.
oh no, she's looking right. I mean, she comes over the stairwell, sees you, and nods, and then kind of turns her head, towards a table that looks like it has a pizza box on it. And you see a Japanese teenage girl, a Native American, and some blue plater. Looks like he's wearing his only set of civvies. But I mean, he just screams, logoed uniform, name on his shirt, kind of thing.
Mark, got it.
It's dead.
He don't have any talks though.
It's actually John, but that's beside the point.
Okay,
Just assume he's the target. Like sister, so it's him.
So next character is going to be a.
All right. So Sister Karma slides in beside Seiko.
Backups already in mind.
You always have to have backups.
And she is a very attractive but very thin woman. I mean, perfectly sculpted face.
She a 2.0.
It's hard to tell. Could be, or could be just a very gifted.
No.
You know, in the
She's a
appearance
1.0.
category. 1.0.
Originals.
Dips her pinky in your slushy.
Shit.
You know, taste it.
Easy. Easy.
She looks at you and says, "Pattern 237, right?" Yes. That's my favorite. So she looks over at Nashoba and greets you in Navajo. May the sun's daylight bless your day.
I'll have a questioned look on his face. I've known her for a while, right?
Well, you're familiar with her. You're
Has
not.
she ever greeted me that way?
No. Make a language roll. Your native language is a D8.
It might be at a -2 because
No.
I'm quite saucy.
It's gonna be 15.
Oh gosh. You can tell that she just looked it up and, you know, took the time to learn.
The accent was a little off.
Yeah, the accent was. She is
It's
not.
like book Navajo, not actual Navajo.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like saying mercy buckets, Garcon. You know, I mean. But she did at least
Speck
attempt to
situation.
learn how to greet someone in Navajo.
I'll stare awkwardly at her.
Okay. And then looks over at Leo and how's Trix, Doc Boy?
Who?
That's your nickname that the other crew has started to give you.
It's been better. It's been worse. I work in 5 hours. What do you need?
And then Arlo comes slouching up, dragging his feet.
I could see him like shuffling his feet in anger while he does this too.
I'm just seeing. I'm seeing
He's got
hacker on the autistic spectrum here. You know, antisocial, anxiety issues. You know.
I don't like people
don't like
at all.
He's like twitching, got eyes that's going.
And there is a miasma around him.
Like you're gonna get so close, and then you're gonna have this bubble, and like and my ear.
The cockroaches are out, and you're like, God damn, it's those fucking... No, those are actual cockroaches.
I mean, even among the normal funk of, even among the normal smell of Hoffman Estates, Arlo is fragrant.
I had a customer, and he's been in the Hickory store. He's been to the mortgage store, and it's not as bad as it used to be. But he had a bubble, and I don't say this nicely. He had a legitimate bubble. Like it was, I'm fine here.
Yeah.
I'm not fine here. And like he'd walk, and if you walked past where he had already come through, you got hit by that wall.
That strong BOs.
Bro,
Yeah,
I've worked with people like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He came in he came in the
kids like that.
he came in the Hickory store like that, and like I took a
Kids
step
like
back,
that?
saying, "Hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you forever. What's going on?"
No, I mean, and for the most part, it's either teenage boys who won't or don't know how to bathe.
Yeah.
Or I had a kid one time that, you know, your first impression is, oh my God, kid, take a bath. Found out he was homeless living under a bridge.
Oh wow.
The Independence Boulevard Bridge over there on the Catawba River. He was living under the bridge. This was
Next
20
to the
some
river?
Yeah, this was 20 some years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, his parents were both drug addicts, and he just left the house to get away from the violence.
That's crazy.
And he was coming to school every day. But
Good
no,
on him, but damn.
yeah. Well, we found out. We got him some help.
Wow.
We got him some help. We got social services, and he had somewhere to stay. He didn't have to keep living under the bridge. But I just remember my first thought was,
Yeah.
you know, somebody teach this kid how to take a bath. And ever since then, I have been way more generous with my thinking because my first impression, you know, 25 years ago, you know, now I try to understand a little bit more of I don't know
Is
your
it
story.
laziness or are you homeless?
Right. Yeah, I don't know your story. There's so many stories I've learned after the fact that I'm like, God, you know. So I try to be way more generous in spirit now. So anyway, yeah. So Arlo comes in with his own bubble, and even Sister Karma kind of goes. She's like, I'm glad you're all here. I have
Sister? As in like nun
no,
sister?
no,
Okay.
no. She does not come across as
That's a hoe face.
Any way,
That's
shape, or
not
form
a-
is
That's
related.
not a nun face you see.
Spill the tea.
do what?
Spill the tea.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, what-
yeah. What's going on? Right. Yeah. You're throwing the slang at us. She's like, I got
Have
a.
them on a screen right there or
I
something.
do. I have 2 pages.
I got a job opportunity for you. I have a client who needs a special set of skills
You-
that, in combination, you all, I think, possess. And this could be maybe your possibility of getting more jobs in the future if you handle this one right.
So sorry to interrupt. I do appreciate the chance to have this conversation, but newbie, Captain Stinky, literal jailbait, and Stone Cold Steve Austin from the old TV shows. All we're missing now is just a pretty boy, and we'll be fine.
Right. Well, okay, so here's the job. We had a data mule go missing.
Data mule.
I almost played one.
Johnny Mnemonic type. You ever see the movie with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
They basically have implanted headwear that they carry encrypted data. They can't access it, but they carry it from one location to another, and wherever they end up is where they have the code key to decrypt the data. It's more secure than transmission over any kind of data line.
A walking USB stick.
Basically,
Yes.
you're exactly right. It's a walking USB stick. It says I can't, of course, divulge the client or the nature of the data. Even I don't know the nature of the data. But the mule disappeared in this area. Y'all live in the Schaumburg part of Chicago, by the way, in case anybody. SCHAUMBERG. Schaumburg.
Spell it again. I'm so sorry.
SCHAUMBERG. Actually, why did I close that? I need to open that back up. I can show
What was
y'all
the
the
tower
map
name
of
again? I
Chicago.
apologize.
This is Hoffman
Estates.
Estates.
Philip
And there's
Seymour.
136 floors.
Yeah.
We live on 82.
And y'all live on 82.
82nd Airborne.
But that's not it.
Do you hit terminal velocity at 82 feet? We'd have to ask that dwarf.
Hit Terminal 0 if you hit the bottom.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Hoffman Estates.
Fall doesn't kill you, it's a sudden stop. at the
It's just
bottom.
a stop at the end.
Like, you can
Yeah.
fall forever, man. If you got enough food and water, you're good. But it's that stop that kills you.
Sudden acceleration or sudden deacceleration.
Why can't I? Okay.
Guns don't kill people. Small lead projectiles kill people.
Yeah.
Bullets.
They're just really fast
My only
rocks.
weakness. How did you know?
Oh no, small stabby knives. That's my only weakness.
All right.
Please no.
I'll just go ahead and pull this over here.
Oh my god.
What happened to our tunes, man?
The music apparently stopped. We've been playing long enough.
By the way, you have anything playing on the stream?
No.
No.
There was nothing playing on the stream.
Just the sound of our glorious voices.
I have the face for radio.
That's what my mom said to me all the time growing up.
So, unfortunately, y'all on that side of the table, it's upside down to you. So this is Chicago
I think that's why she had too many
in
kids.
20. It says 2090. The border's not going to change in from 2089 to 2090. So basically, it goes all the way out to Hebron, Woodstock, Hampshire, Burlington. If you know anything about Chicago, this is way beyond the borders of what it is now. Y'all live.
Koreatown.
Here.
Ukrainian village.
You see the Hoffman Estates live fact. You see where my mouse
Gosh,
is.
we live in the middle of it, don't we?
Yep. So the neighborhood of Schaumburg. Okay, so this is the tower, the Hoffman Estates Tower. Okay.
God, we're not even west side, man. We're
No,
like
you're
north side,
basically-
central. We're nothing.
you're central.
Jesus Christ,
Right.
we're not even central.
But fortunately for you, and this would be common knowledge from almost everybody who lives in Chicago, see all the red highlighted areas? That's where all the major gangs have control. Like different gangs have different controls of different areas. So y'all are fortunate in that you're not in the middle of a major gang controlled area. Or maybe I should say organized crime. There's gangs
Ball playing.
everywhere. So, but anyway, yeah, y'all live in the Schaumburg region. Well, I did turn the music back on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So just to give people who are watching the stream a little bit of an idea, this is the map of Chicago in 2089. Okay, just to throw that out there so everybody else can see it. All right. So I'll go back to, well, let me do this.
Take me down to Vertigo City where the grass is green, and I think that might be grass. I don't know.
Oops. Well, that's what I meant to do. All right, so we're back on the main map, or at least the city map. Okay, she says the data mule disappeared somewhere in this area.
Here?
Not in the building, not in Hoffman Estates, but in the Schaumburg region. And we have possible reason to believe that the mule's no longer in their right mind. So we need somebody to track them down. Somebody to maybe revive them, and then somebody to extract the data.
Does he have an ID tag? Do we have a name?
I can give you a name and a description, and possibly a tap ID. But if it's not active, it's going to take some scanning. You're going to have to get within 20 feet of it to detect it.
What do we know about this person?
Older, white male, Caucasian, probably mid-40s. When they left the location where the data was downloaded into their, mnemonic carrier, they were wearing, three-piece suit. We caught them on security cam, or at least I have access to a data file that has them on a security cam in a basically in a shop in Schaumburg, positively ID'd facial recognition, but no longer wearing the three-piece suit. They actually looked like your typical homeless zombie. They never arrived where they were supposed to go. So somewhere between where they left and where they were supposed to be, they disappeared into.
So if I'm understanding the timeline right, they picked up the data in a three-piece suit.
Mhm.
They were next seen at a shop.
in a convenience store, in a
convenience
grub
store.
and go.
Basically in rags,
Yes,
and then they fell off the face of the earth.
yes. We lost track of them. Their
How
tap
much
stream.
time between when they were seen and when they were pick up the data?
12 hours between when they picked it up and when their tap stream went offline, and the data feed, the security cam feed, was 24 hours ago.
You got a GPS trail between when they left and when they ended up in the store.
Yeah, they were coming from the loop.
Were there any abnormal stops?
Not that we could tell. They just
So,
got in.
so it was by the book.
Yeah,
So what happened between there and then?
that's what we're.
You don't just wake up in a three-piece suit, jump in a car, and drive to a convenience store and change clothes in the meantime.
Just what we're going to be paying you to figure out.
You got a name?
The only name we were given was a Mr. Johnson. They tend to be anonymous. I hope you understand.
I bet he's big.
Do what?
I bet he's big.
6'1".
I'm gonna laugh, but that's not what he meant.
How much is the job paying? Because I don't really care until we hear some money.
We'll pay you 1,000 cryptos each.
How about
Another 500 if you find him alive. And another 500 on top of that if you can extract the data without corrupting it.
Each.
No, yes, each. But we'll give we'll give 500 to the person who can extract the data.
1,250, and then 750.
Just paying you $1,000 to find him, locate him, bring him in alive at 1,500. Well, 1,000 to find him, and then
He's
500
trying to
more.
haggle you.
I would like to increase this amount from 15 to 2,500.
So,
Well, this is only one job.
You don't need knees to be plugged in. Cyber Corps.
I don't know
Yeah,
when
what
her
you
next
said,
job's
cut out.
coming. I don't know when my next meal is.
You know, he's got a point there.
And two, I've got things to do.
make me a spirit check.
Spirit check.
Yes.
I want you to know that spirit was the most important thing I did when I made this character.
Okay. Is
I
it
get a wild dice
persuasion
on
is
spirit
resisted
checks?
by
Oh,
spirit or
absolutely.
smarts?
If you're worried
Persuasion
about-
is resisted by spirit, right?
Spirit.
Yeah, thought so.
Does a wild dice go with this?
Yeah, I always say
Just making sure.
end of the day.
Make sure, you know.
Oh, fuck.
Crew failed.
True to my character, I
So-
probably was like, listen here, bitch. I want money.
So
And that's all I said.
y'all can make notice checks, and I'm sorry, Trevor. There's going to be a reason why you're going to be involved in this.
You're good.
Y'all can all make notice checks. But what basically happens next is she turns to Arlo and touches him, like in a very sensual way, but not in so much of promising anything later. But there's like an electricity to her touch, and she just looks at you and basically says, "You're gonna do it for 1,000, and I'll give you 500 if you can get the data." And that's all there is to it.
These are not the droids I'm looking for.
So it's 1,000 if we
And-
find him, 500 more if he's alive.
If
a
you can bring
piece.
him in alive, yes.
And then it's another 500 if you just get the data when he's dead.
The hacker can get the data out without corrupting it.
Now, if he has assistance with that, does that person helping them get some?
It's up to him if he wants to share that.
I'll cut him.
So is this two apiece?
Yeah, this is a piece.
So we,
1,500 apiece. The hacker gets
Are these
2K.
conditions flexible?
What do you mean?
Is unalive but data retrieved okay?
That would be 1,000. I find him, it's 1,000. Bring him in alive, it's an extra 500. If he's not alive, okay, bring me his head.
ooh,
Do you have Narcan?
yes.
My man.
It's my bag in my room, but yes.
I mean, you're there to find him. That's your job, right? That's what you do. He's there to revive him if he needs to. He's there to get the data. She's
Why is
there-
she here?
Is there CCTV
Because,
in this world?
All her practice with her kendo has been noticed. They were impressed.
Cool. So you're the muscle.
The 16-year-old Japanese schoolgirl is the muscle.
And I'm going to be like, that fucking checks out.
Now, the problem is, y'all are going to have to be covering some ground in a relatively short amount of time. You need a ride. You're going to have a vehicle that can carry the scanning gear that she's going to provide. Because if his tap is turned off, it's got a passive sensor.
Just so happens I have a man.
Right. It's got a pass. I mean, you can
black with
detect
red
it
stripe?
passively, but you got to be within
Is it black
about
with a
20 to
red stripe
30 feet
outside?
to detect it passively.
You could be the face, man. Literally, the face.
It's like a pedo van.
And somebody to operate the scanner equipment.
Oh, I'm sorry. You say that. We were going to the Grand Canyon, and we saw a white van. It said, tacos and tamales here on, it's like on a sheet on the side of the van. I looked at my wife and I was like, and that's how you get kidnapped. And I just kept going. She's like,
That's how you get tacos and tamales.
She's like, that's what she just said. Like, we're not going to go get tacos and tamales. I was like, Sarah, that's the candy van, but for adults.
They're probably good as hell.
Oh, it probably 300% probably was, but it wasn't there when we came back. We were really sad.
Was it New Jack City? Where the guys are driving down the road, they're going to like some kind of concert or something, and they see this gorgeous woman hitchhiking, and they're like gonna pull over, and guys like, dude, that's how freaking slasher flicks start. And he's, yeah, but it's also how porno starts.
Yeah, no, I saw
I've
that.
never seen the movie. I just saw that scene. I thought it was hilarious.
We hit that turn like 3 times over the week because it's the same road you take to almost everywhere there, and it was never there again. I was so sad about that.
Okay, so
Found
anyway,
some other couple to
you all have a
Yeah.
role. You just need somebody who has a ride that can carry equipment and somebody to operate the gear.
Has anybody been off of floor 82?
I mean, yeah,
Every day.
there's actually more to this just tower alone than just say 82nd floor. Have you not been off the floor in a while?
He
Does he
hasn't been
look
off
like
the
he's
floor.
been off the floor?
He changed
Touche.
it.
Let's put it this way.
Touche. I
My
apologize.
right arm, jacked.
You're Quagmire when he first said.
Quagmire. Quagmire. I'm not seeing you in a while.
Okay, you all right, buddy?
He hasn't left his room since he came to Chicago 2 years ago. Okay.
The front of his underwear is orange from Cheetos.
Or the synthetic 3D printed Cheetos. They're still just as dusty.
So anyway, there's your job,
and
and there's your pay.
Doc, my penis is orange.
Now,
Explain to me
the question
why
is,
you
does
think
anybody
that.
know anybody who has a ride and needs money?
Well, look at me.
That would be you.
I have a ride?
That'd be you, Boomer.
Does anybody know anybody?
Sorry. Sorry. Yes, I do know a guy who oddly likes cars, but also has a fascination in electronics.
But it says Yelp reviews suck.
God, yeah, it's so bad.
We need a wheelman.
Really, once everybody looks over at me, being like, you know, a guy who knows a good car,
Right.
there would be a very and send a text message over to
Asshole.
Kaon. You don't know he's an asshole. You haven't
Wait, question. Did you send it to his private or to his work? Because
Because
that work one's been deactivated. It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, the domain's gonna bounce on that one.
I'll just respond to our active text messaging, just saying, "Hey man, we got a need for a guy with a car. We have a job. Pays garbage, but it's still pay. You're getting paid, and this is awesome. Just to drive around, 150 credits. It's amazing. All you have to do is drive around.
It's the movie.
By the way-
the guy's like, "I'm gonna give you $250,000. I'll pay you 40. I'll pay you 1,000."
There's like one kid going,
you know.
"Wait, you guys are getting paid?"
Is there in her budget? Does the wheelman have an allocation?
Yes.
The transport for him. Okay.
150 grand. Plus gas.
There's the finder's fee.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's between you and him.
So I'm gonna get this text in the midst of me jamming out to my concert.
Yeah. I mean, you're in this virtual world
Yeah.
concert, just in the zone, and it's
In
a little,
the zone. Yep. I see it
a little
pop up,
Apple bubble, a little Apple iPhone bubble.
and I see need a ride pays 150 creds, and I'm go.
Swipe right. Or is it left? I don't know. Is it left? Okay, I'm gonna swipe left on that one. I don't know. That's
A few
so
minutes
indicative.
later, 250 creds. Just negotiating. It's just driving around, man.
$2.50 and a tank of gas.
There you go. How much is a tank of gas in 66?
She says there is a time limit. We need him within 24 hours or no deal. The data will be worthless.
You got 5 hours to find his ass. Well, you ain't gonna have no dark can.
We need him. I need this
All
by this time tomorrow, or the data will be
500
worthless.
credits for immediate assistance. No laughing, Mr. Hero. This is serious.
It's not fair that he's trying
I've
to rip me
got
off.
to make enough money
but you
to
don't
not
know
get
that.
my
I know he's
kneecaps
not trying to
broken.
rip me off. I know.
I'm not trying to rip you off. I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
it's
save my
500
knees.
credits. All you need is 2 more jobs, 2 more delivery jobs, and your rent's paid for next month.
Right.
So that's a good deal for you,
Well,
sir.
you've got a job lined up in a week's time. I don't have anything
so
lined
that
up.
job might be
This is
able to
my
pay the rest
lined
of
up
the rent
right
for next
now.
month. And then you have 2 weeks off. So listen
In
to
a week
Grudge.
from now, are you going to call me up and be like, "Hey, James, I've got a job for you, $500. You're just going to drive around"? I don't know.
God, it's so hard for me not to meta right now.
And I appreciate you not.
Golly.
That's a tough one.
But okay,
Okay.
hey,
All right.
take
No, no,
advantage.
no,
No. Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you got your
Passions.
That's a good
Right.
You said roll a d20 for these. Right?
Yes. So make a suspicious roll.
13.
If it's equal to or less than the number,
Okay. So if it's equal to or less than the number.
then you are suspicious. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
No. It's 2d20s, and you.
No. In this case, you just you
gotcha.
just declare one, roll the die.
So
and-
then it would. So my suspicious is a 13. I
Okay.
rolled 4.
So you're suspicious. Yeah, you're like, yeah, no.
So I'm gonna send a reply. Bruh, what you playing at? Like this is like the 3rd time you've hit me up and you keep upping the price. Is this a job? What's the pay on the job? Like I need money. I'm kind of tied up. You know. I'm hurting.
I got you. Well, I know you had a regular job. My job's kind of intermittent. But what's important is that we all get paid equally. And so my cut's 500, your cut's 500. We just need a wheelman to just drive around while we scan for some
Say you're gonna
homeless guy.
take some money out of your thing for his gas.
That's
And we're throwing in gas money.
Are you up to 750 yet?
No.
I just told him that I'm getting paid 500 and he's getting
No
paid
gas.
500.
it's battery powered.
So-
It's battery powered.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's long lasting. And the batteries last a while. It's
And our person that's employing us is willing to guarantee that the carbon footprint of our electrical use is net zero. I know how important the environment is to you.
Just to let you know,
I'm
like
gonna
40
reply.
years ago, some eco-terrorist group released a bacteria that ate oil. There are no more gasoline-powered cars. All the world's oil was destroyed.
Wow.
And the air has been so clean since.
Yeah, well, no, all the other industrial pollutants are poisoned. Right. No, the bacteria ate petroleum.
All that chlorine in the air and all that bleach in the air. It's like World War I all over again.
Anyway, just
I'm gonna reply back. Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Groove.
I
Because he's British. Because of a grudge.
kind of busy. Like I gotta find work.
This is a paying job. Like it's
like-
5 hours worth of work.
like you've raised the price tag
100 an hour.
a couple times. So let's how about we raise that price tag a little bit more, make it worthwhile, because this is time that I need to find work.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Sitting in a Nirvana.
I gotta.
Exactly.
I have to talk it over with the employer, see if I can get some more money out of her. I will then wait 5 minutes and then send out another message and saying, "All right, man, because you have a car, you're actually getting paid more than me now. 750 credits No questions asked. You drop everything and you come with us right now.
That's
All right.
that's
all
half your
right.
rent.
All right. That
4 or 5 hours. That's not bad.
that sounds legit, bro. I appreciate that hookup.
Okay.
Where, when?
Well, now. And I guess
Fucking
we have to
now?
go. Yeah, that's. But hey,
Man,
you're
I'm gonna
making
concert
over
right
100, 100 an hour. We'll meet you downstairs, and we are good to go. By the way, we're gonna have to drive with the windows down.
Man, you gotta take a bath before you get in my ride. I remember the last time I smelled you.
Oh my.
I was told time is of essence.
Can we hear this conversation? Or they
You
text
can no, they're in
Some
virtual.
kind
Y'all
of
can't hear
essence.
shit. Basically, Arlo has kind of zoned out, but it is so common now for everybody to notice that when they're in this hyper reality, having a conversation with someone that you can't see, everybody knows. That, oh yeah, they're talking in their head to somebody, you know. So y'all would even know it. That oh, yeah.
Earbuds.
Right. No, it's directly stimulating your
It's like headphones
auditory
to the gym.
nerves.
It's the international sign of
like-
leave me alone.
If you're not taking a bath, you're riding in the back, man.
All right, I'm fine with that. I would turn to Sister. I got her name. Hang on. Sister Karma. I knew that. Is there any? Do you have any intelligence to suggest that we need to go armed, or you know?
There are several neighborhoods that
Have reputations.
Yeah, you might need some protection.
All right. I'm going to go get my old friend from under the bed. And I'll be right back. I don't name him, but
all
that's what I
Greg.
call him.
It's all Greg.
You ever drink sugar?
I'll be, it took me 5 minutes to get here, so I'll
My downstairs mix up.
go get it. Now, so is there escalators? Is that what the corners are?
No, those are stairs.
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 Manual labor.
Manual labor. Is there like rappel ropes, emergency?
Elevators. If you can
And
find
how
one.
long does it take typically for an elevator to take you down?
If you can
5
get on
minutes
it.
if you go from here
all right,
all the way
5
down and
minutes.
It doesn't stop.
So this is. So we have 5 hours. So just hear me out, guys. I'm gonna go back to my room. In about 3 hours, I will leave and get on the elevator. So in about 3 hours and 10 minutes from now, we'll meet down at Kaon's car. That gives us an hour and 50 minutes. Why are you looking at me? Sorry. I'm trying to be serious. Look, I just want to get online for just a little bit.
You sound like my 10-year-old son.
Planning the op around his addiction. Yeah. You sound like he's 10-year-old son. Look, ball practice is at 4:15. I can be on Minecraft until 3:57. Dad. That gives me 3 minutes to get my gear, and a minute to get out to the truck, and then 14 minutes for you to drive me to the park.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing.
You crunk, Boomer.
So I think that's the plan. That gives us an hour and 40 minutes to find this
I'm
guy.
going to Sister Carmine and be like, I guess I need to call in tonight, don't I?
Y'all can get it done before you got to go to work.
How much time you need?
If you choose that, that's on you. Me and Wildflower are going.
What's your name again? Wildflower? I thought it would be something like.
First off, that was inappropriate and rude. You do this. This is her name.
Bro, no, it's more like this.
And we lost every viewer we've ever had.
Hello, girl. It's the muscle.
Yeah. We're headed to the elevator now to leave. And we know your friend, who you said out loud, is called Keon. So we will wait him.
You talking about the smelly
There's
guy?
a
You
lot
talking about
of Keons around here. That's
Keon.
a hyper
Kaon.
popular name.
Kaon.
On this floor alone, there's
She does need to run back to her house and change.
5,000 people.
Yeah, I'll need to go
Yeah,
back
we
to my
all
room and
need to
get
go
my
back to
gear.
our rooms and
It's going to take him 3 hours and 10 minutes to change.
I can be back in 8
About
minutes.
the hacker.
who needs that 500?
You have
Hey, what do you mean DM fail? What is this mess? DM
I gotta get my gear.
fail.
So
Oh, that was way earlier.
Oh, I know. I just now saw it.
Way
10
earlier.
minutes.
Okay.
She
Yeah, I don't even
will
remember what it
send
was.
those who have a tap string an access code to a locker, a cargo locker on the garage floor, where basically the scanner is located. It's a fairly sizable one. Think the size of a refrigerator.
Oh, damn.
so
Do we have
she's
any
picking
means
it up,
of
putting it in the
loading
van?
it into the vehicle?
Yeah,
There's
we got
a
muscles right there.
integrated hand truck.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God.
You said refrigerator, and I was
Well, I
like,
mean,
my
what-
frail ass body is not throwing that motherfucker in.
I was like, we're gonna have muscles do it for us.
Right? Yeah, she's the muscle. Anyway,
Too much fun. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. So anyway, she will send those of you who have a tap stream the access code, and then y'all get a text message. You know, bloop, bloop. And it's basically just an alphanumeric code to get into like I said, a storage locker, an equipment locker on the garage floor.
I'm gonna notice that you're looking at your phone and be like, nerd, keep going.
Okay, boom.
So,
You're the one with the cell phone, not me.
so let me
You
get
boomer.
this, get this straight.
You boomer.
You told me that we needed to be done now, but you're gonna wait 3 hours.
Ooh.
I was just planning it out. Like, I don't know how long it takes to get into a car and all that stuff. I figured you might have to warm up the engine. I know computers, but I don't know shit about cars. So I figured this would give you a chance to get it up and going, meet Iroquois, Cherokee.
I don't know any of these other people. Like,
And-
literally, the only person I talk to is you.
And then there's
I don't even know if there's other people coming.
Konnichiwa. And then he has a
The
name.
rank 2 physician.
Rank 2 physician. I didn't know that was his name, but that's what it is. And by the way,
Brion.
Brion, no, Brion, or was it the spellbound?
It's both.
Could be both. It could be both. But it's mostly
What was
spellbound.
more missed?
So anyways, I guess
Brion, because we already got enough
Yeah.
spellbound by that point.
I'm gonna step out of my apartment and grab a taco on the way down to the garage.
Just
I'll
dialing him.
just sit in the car and wait for his slow
Okay.
ass. Since I have no idea that there's other people coming.
Exactly.
Uh,
So,
well, true to character form, I did.
to speed things up just a hair, because we are almost finished, when y'all all get together, whenever that is, we can determine that next week.
Quickly.
You will all have a sense that you know each other, even beyond you've seen each other, walking around the hab block. You're like, wait, it's like deja vu. You're like, whoa, have we all been together before? And you can't explain why. And we're done.
okay.
Session is over. I would like to thank everybody who joined us this evening. If you're not watching us
I keep
live,
forgetting we're on stream.
hope you're watching us
YouTube.
YouTube, Twitch, all kinds of when we're going to be posting this session. Come back and join us if you found it entertaining. Tell other people. And what do we always say about YouTube?
Like
Like and subscribe. Comment.
Smash that like button.
Right. Smash that like button. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week. Are we all good for Tuesday next week?
Unless something happens.
Did we get in advance?
Not tonight.
Oh, come on.
Not
We did
tonight.
so much character
All
building.
right. And we will call it
There was
a
emotional
night.
role play here.
Let me let everybody
I went
wave,
from having a job to broke.
and we'll call it a night, and see y'all later.
Well, you knew that was going to happen.